Hi there, this is Tyler, and I am here with a group from the Gauntlet, which if you watch any of my stuff, I play with the Gauntlet a lot because they're amazing. Some of the best people in the world to role play with. You can find us too. You can join the Gauntlet. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're coming up with our own forum. We can be found at gauntlet-rpg.com. If you enjoy emotional storytelling gameplay, if you enjoy finding a group that is all friendly and there's no drama, just going out there and having fun with games, Gauntlet's for you. Along with that, we've got like our fanzine. We have a huge discussion group. We're doing amazing things. We're starting into publishing. Huge, huge, huge. So I urge you to go find the Gauntlet. We are going to be playing WWW, Worldwide Wrestling, one of my favorite games ever. The story of pro wrestlers. A lot of the time, it's the excitement of the ring, but we're going to be playing with a low-end promotion who's also having to deal with all the bullshit of travel, the horrors of having to go to little hotels, of wrestling in bars and gyms and high school auditoriums. I mean, the lower end of wrestling. But these are the wrestlers who move themselves up and become the Hulk Hogans, become the Goldbergs, become the Mankinds because they put in the work. Well, unless you're Hulk Hogan, and then you just kind of walk in and become Hulk Hogan. But our idea here is we're going to be using the Road, which this is the Road. It's a supplement for Worldwide Wrestling that was made by Adam Ultraberg. Worldwide Wrestling was made by Nathan Paletta. Nathan, lovely person. Thank you for making this, Nathan. And we're going to be having rotating cast. We're going to have some that'll make it all the way through, and we've got some that are going to be coming in and out. That's perfectly normal for wrestling because you don't see the same guys every night. I mean, unless you're watching, Raw. But we're going to be rotating casts out a little bit here and there. And but our crew we have today, we will definitely be seeing all of them in episodes coming up beyond this. Want to talk before we go into it about our safety tools. First off, we have the Gauntlet inclusivity policy, which at its base says we're all friends here at a table to have fun. We're going to take care of each other. We're going to be generous with each other. We're here to enjoy a game, and we're all friends. Also, we're going to have the X card on the table. For those of you who don't know, the X card is here if something gets problematic or it gets too personal, or really if it's just destroying your fun. If this is something that, I just would rather not see this anymore, you can do like this. You can put something up in the chat, or you can just say, hey, Tyler, I think I want to X that. I'll say if you put something in the chat, I have a habit of staring at you guys on the screen. I don't see things in the chat all the time. So you may want to catch my attention and mark me over there. What I'll do when we do that is might ask for a clarification to see what it is, but we'll pull that back, reframe, and move forward. It is here to make sure we all are comfortable. Please feel free to use it. I've used it many times over the years. It is definitely something that I have no problems with folks bringing up because, again, it's all for having fun. It's a game. That said, I hope we get some nice emotional feels out of this one because wrestling is not an easy life. You folks who may not know the lore of wrestling will often talk about, oh, it's fake. Always kind of kills me when people say that. I mean, you don't look at gymnastics and say, that's fake, even though it's a performance. Wrestling is some of the most athletic, some of the most dangerous entertainment you will ever see. And the people who do it are amazing athletes. And, and sometimes they're pretty good actors. Sometimes not so much so. But we're going to put together a crew who are going to come out here and just amaze us all. So I'm going to have folks introduce their wrestlers. I'm going to tell us a little bit of our promotion, and we're going to hop right on into play. So I'm going to start on my left on the screen. So, Barrett, would you introduce yourself and your wrestler?
Hello, I am Ferret. I can also go by Sawyer, whatever you'd like. I use he, him pronouns. I am the creator of the Skin Deep supplement for Monster Hearts 2, and I am playing Proctor Sparks, the hardcore. She is here to say that knowledge is power, and power is awesome. And she has a triple mastery in medicine, chemistry, and kicking ass. She, as the hardcore, she is sort of new to this. She is much more about the look than drawing blood. And I will, when we get to the lines of safety tools, I will talk about the limits of my hardcoreness.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Gerwin, why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
Hello, I'm Gerwin, he, him, and I'm playing a slightly redressed version of the Foreigner this time. I'm sure you're all familiar with a certain wrestler who's very famous in the 80s and 90s. He had a very distinctive laugh. I'm doing a cut rate version of the $1 Million Man by the name of Mr. Monet. Yes, I am from a different place than you. You would never get past the gate. I haven't quite got the laugh down yet, but
that is fantastic, and such a cool idea to use the Foreigner for that. I think that's a really clever thing to do. Love it. Oh, by the way, I think you have a move that has allowed you to have an aid and accompaniment to the ring. Who is that?
Yes, well, Mr. Monet in real life, is divorced from his wife, and lives in the back of an RV. And his 18-year-old daughter travels around the country with him, doing shows as his aide, as his kayfabe daughter, Princess, the most stuck up and spoiled daughter in the world. She wants the best, and she gets it. Oh, yes. Oh, and our little dog, Fufu.
Love it. Love it. And just for me to know, Princess outside of the ring, what's she like a little outside the ring?
She's trying to actually get an art scholarship. She's a very accomplished violin player, and is trying to get into college.
Excellent.
I'm trying to get the money together to actually help pay for that, and struggling all the while.
Wonderful.
He's actually made the decision, rather than actually settling down and getting a mortgage, he bought the RV instead, and that's why he doesn't actually have a house of his own.
Cool, cool, cool. Lovely. All right. Well, let's move over to you, Greg. Introduce yourself and tell us about your wrestler.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm most everywhere as Group Soliloquy. There might be something there someday, but maybe nothing right now. And I will be playing Willard Big Texas Hodge. I'm playing the athlete, and I have some old fans from my rodeo days where I was a bull rider. And they follow me around and tend to do like this little horn thing when I'm about to do my signature El Paso lasso finishing move. And also, I've been generously allowed to take one of the monster moves. Really, the only reason I was looking at the monster was this one move where I can throw in a custom match stipulation, which is basically a King of the Hill, but the platform has been replaced by a mechanical bull, and you have to stay on the mechanical bull, and whoever is on the mechanical bull at the end wins the match. So super excited to throw that one out there at some point.
Love it. Oh, that's fantastic. Moving over to you, Paul. Introduce yourself and tell us about your wrestler.
Sure. My name's Paul. Use he, him pronouns. I'm from London in the UK. And tonight I'll be playing a wrestler called Candy Rocks, who is a fresh-faced young trainee straight out of the Gauntlet League Wrestling Training Dojo. She was she dropped out of performing arts college. A lot of pressure from her family to kind of succeed in performing arts college, but it wasn't for her. She got hooked like going to see local like indie wrestling shows, and she chucked all that in and signed up. She's done 6 months training in the dojo, working kind of part-time jobs to pay the bills, and this is her first shot at a pro wrestling career. You know, she's fresh-faced, she's really enthusiastic, really bouncy, full of like optimism and hope, and she just wants to like soak it all up on the road, like the sights, the sounds, the smells, all of it. And she really wants to immerse herself in the life of a pro wrestler.
Awesome, and we will definitely crush that enthusiasm as we go. And finally, but certainly not least, Ryan, introduce yourself and your wrestler.
I'm Ryan, as you could probably get from that intro. I'm he, him, and I am playing Danger Dan, who is also he, him. I should probably leave it on here. He's a jobber. I mean, he doesn't have intro music. He's got kind of a generic, like, maybe he's supposed to be a delivery guy or something. I don't know what's going on there. He's always just, and currently in the ring, Danger Dan. I don't merit any intro time at all. I do, however, I'm multi-talented. I am into wrestling. It's fun. It's not really going to be my career, though. You don't get a 401k in wrestling. I'm hoping to angle myself into the business side of things because someone has to, like, run the books and everything. And I've been taking some classes online. I want to be an accountant. They do get 401ks.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, Danger Dan, the combat accountant. That is amazing.
Could I ask a quick question there, Ryan?
Yeah.
What's a 401k? I'm not familiar.
Oh, a retirement plan.
Ah, okay, cool.
I was going to say, I know that. Well, yeah, that's what the American media gets over here a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah. Stuff like medical insurance and retirement comes with accounting and not with wrestling. So
yeah. Here in America, we won't have anything like being safe in our old age, so we need that or we will die. So, all right. That is marvelous. Golly, I love these wrestlers already. We're going to go over and make our heat, get our heat stuff going. But I want to tell real quick a little bit about our promo so that perhaps if you see an MPW that you want to use a heat question for, we can do that as well. First off, we have our GM, who is Boris, the Behemoth Bleakwood. The Bleakwoods are well known in the old Gauntlet promo. They've been around forever. And Boris was like the lowest end of them. For a while, he was used as the kind of heavy for the family here and there. And enough that when he's now up there, 65, most of what used to be pretty good muscle has gone to a lot of fat. And he was able to, kind of angle the old Bleakwood connection so that he's been made GM of this road tour. He is a nice enough professional guy, but he's maybe not the world's brightest. And he probably would not be the choice for most promotions to send on the road. He also is known for kind of hard drinking. He's a pro. When he comes to the matches, he's not drunk. But when he gets off, he starts in and he can drink down a case of beer a night and still be up at 10 in the morning to hit the road. We also have, his real name's Ralph Waters, but everybody just calls him Behemoth. We have Miguel Moranis, who is one of our wrestlers. He's cultural hero. He came up from the Mexican luchador scene. This is his first chance to try and get into American wrestling. He has a little bit of a following down there. Younger guy, pretty good high flyer. Really, if we had to point to someone, has the highest chance of moving on fairly quickly. We have Pat Sex Bomb Sellers, who is, she has already kind of moved through being on television some. She's getting a little long in the tooth. She's now in her 40s, and the Sex Bomb title is looking a little threadbare. Think a little bit like Fabulous Moolah, for those of you who know who that is. She's a lady wrestler who's capable, but that, you know, going around being sexy is just, it doesn't play like it used to. But she knows the road. She knows all the wrestlers, some of them in a biblical fashion. She's been around in her days. As she'll often say, I've seen a barrel full of pickles, boys. Don't hide it in the locker room. So she's that sort of brassy lady. We have Tommy Blaze. Tommy is 19, super excited to be out here doing this, has done backyard wrestling, kind of has a reputation for being able to take a bump, kind of has the reputation for getting a little wild in the ring and putting himself in danger, honestly. We have Cecil Lutz, but he's just known as Tiny. He's a 6'10", about 320-pound, big old corn-fed football player-bodied. He's going to be our kind of giant. Tiny is in the ring. He plays that giant fairly well. Outside the ring, he's, from what y'all have seen traveling with him, he's kind of a naive guy. He really is optimistic going into this, that this is going to be his career. He was playing college football till he got hurt. And he thinks that this is going to be his shot at the big time. But you guys have noticed he is not a good wrestler. He is just really not technically savvy at all. And some people that have worked with him have already said that he bumps really hard. He'll put a hurt on somebody by accident. Those lariats he does, those slams he does, he tends to not be able to pull them very well. Something that probably he's going to need to work on. And finally, we have Amaya Moore. Amaya is a 23-year-old lady. Lovely, beautiful girl. She was a gymnast. She's able to do a lot of really nice ring gymnastics. But so far, again, wrestling with her, she is just as dead on camera as you can be. She doesn't connect well at all. And they've been kind of shunting her over towards get in the ring, do your thing, and they're talking about trying to find her a manager or a tag team partner because she is just dull as dirt when she gets in front of that camera. Other than that, we have our ring announcer, Randy Teller, and we have our interview lady whose name's Sippy Cups. And Sippy has been traveling around quite a bit and occasionally will, kind of go up and do some work with the TV crew, but she was assigned to come down here. And she's not exactly delighted by it. And Randy's been in the biz for a long time, been announcing matches here, there, and yonder, and is a little bored with it. He is known for having a drink or two while he's sitting there at the desk, and they say his announcing gets better as the night goes on. But it does tend to get a little profanity-laden if he's not, by that last match, and that has that's been causing him a little problem that has sent him here on the road with you guys. So, that's our promotion as we're traveling around. Let's set up some heat. I'm going to start at the other end for heat questions and have that from you, Ryan.
just tapping over to my heat questions again.
Okay.
So, I guess I'll start with this fun one. Who can't remember who I am?
Sorry, who are you?
Yes, I was pretty sure Mr. Wood had no clue who I was, but I didn't want to call anyone out. So I'm putting that down.
No, I think this is actually backstage as well. I have a terrible problem remembering your name.
Dan is cut to the quick.
It's nothing personal. I just don't have a very good memory for these sort of things.
He's been trying to help Princess Fufu decide, work out scholarships.
Fufu is the dog.
Trio. Princess, accompanied by Fufu. Work out college scholarships and stuff because he has a head for numbers. But he can't remember his name. He can't remember your name either. It's fine.
Wonderful. All right. Do you want to go through all your heat, or would you like for us to scoot through?
Oh, I can go through all of them. I just wasn't sure if you wanted to, fire
Yeah,
off
let's
one
go
at a
ahead and get
time or
them
what.
all out. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Oh no, I'm typing in the wrong window. Who was my tag team partner before they made it big, and I did not?
I can take that since I think Proctor Sparks has really just come into her gimmick recently. I think when she started wrestling with you, and when it came time to leave, she left.
Love it.
You were once a lowly jobber too.
Gotta start somewhere.
Who refuses to work with me?
Ooh.
I think Big Texas might refuse to work with Danger Dan because, I'm going for the everyman thing, but Danger Dan's going for it too. We can't. Well, that's not going to work, Danger Dan.
Cowboys versus, I don't know, are you supposed to be a UPS guy or something? I don't understand this match.
Perfect. And do you have another, or is that it?
Yes. My last one is, who is always trying to get management on my side?
Okay. Does anybody like that one?
Yeah, I think Candy will take that, because Candy, she's just starting out as well, and she sees you from the way you kind of get passed over and almost taken for granted all the time, and she thinks that's really unfair and that everyone should have an equal shot. So she's constantly trying to sort of help get you bumped up the card onto good matches and stuff.
Oh, that's sweet. I'll work extra hard to make sure you look good when you beat me up.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ryan. And that'll take us over to you, Paul. Why don't we go through your heat questions?
Okay, sure. Who trained me in the Gauntlet League Wrestling Dojo?
Do we think any of us here did that? Or think it was an MPW? Anybody particularly good at work?
Danger Dan is the best one at the work.
I'm going, it could have been me, and I'm good at the work side and not whatever.
Yeah.
But if you want to pick an MPW, that's cool too.
No, I'm cool with Danger Dan. I mean, maybe that's why I feel like I kind of owe you,
Mm-hmm.
Train me, and I'm and then, you were my hero, in the dojo. You train me up, and I'm wow, this guy's amazing. And now I actually see you on the road, and you just get passed over all the time. I'm but this guy's amazing. Why aren't you making more of him?
That's perfect.
Yeah,
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, everybody needs jobbers. I mean, you got to have them.
Exactly. Okay, so my second question, who is too famous to associate with me?
We think anybody fits in that, and again, it could be famous in your mind, or we can use an MPW. Want to go with an MPW?
I think it's going to be an MPW for this one. I don't think any of us are particularly famous.
All right, Paul, who do you think? You think it's maybe like Miguel, who really, has the shot and could be really good, or
I'd like you to choose as the GM.
Okay. Yeah, let's go with Miguel Moranis.
Mm-hmm.
And
why is it? Why does he think he's too big for me?
He's already had some experience. He knows he's on the upward slope, and having to play, having to go out there and do matches with a rank amateur is only going to make him look bad because he's going to have to carry you, and there's no way I want to deal with her.
Excellent. One question actually I wanted to ask before we kind of got started with this. I quite like it if it was like just completely cool, like to do like intergender kind of like wrestling, and it just isn't like a thing at all.
I have been doing. I kind of go with that. I'll admit it was a struggle for me with WWW in that. I have trouble with guys beating up girls. There's just something in me that finds that wrong. But for our game purposes, I think that just having kind of gender equality in this set, and of course, I love Chyna as a wrestler, and she could beat the crap out of me. I know. So, I mean, it wasn't like, she was, not a tough person.
Yeah. So cool. I'm also cool if like it does come up as like an angle of like a guy, there's a guy who's like has a problem with it, and he's like, I don't want to like put a woman over, like, there's no way a woman could beat me, that kind of thing. I'm okay with that being like a thing.
Yeah, I think we'll try and avoid that because it doesn't seem to play in the system.
Cool. All right. Anyway, sorry. Back to things. Who sees my potential for stardom?
Ooh. Anybody out there?
I can take that. I think that maybe I've noticed you since you've gotten out of the camp, and just like, like she can do things that I can't. I'll help her.
Cool. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm up for that, definitely. Cool. And finally, who wants to make me quit the business?
Ooh. Anybody out there thinking?
I think you should quit this business. I don't think you're cut out for it, Candice Box. Kenny Rock. Right.
Well, you might think that I'm not cut out for it, but I'm not going to take advice from someone whose best days are clearly behind them.
Love it.
Should put you out to pasture like one of those old stubs. Excellent. So that's it for my heat questions.
Excellent. All righty. Goes over to you, Greg. Your heat questions.
Okay. Who have I approached about improving my ring work? Because I don't have good ring work.
Clearly not me, because you won't work with me. Fine then, I'm not hurt.
That makes sense.
I'll take that.
All right.
Do you think it's the actual wrestling aspect, or do you think it's more the showmanship in the ring that you're trying to help him with?
I think it's more the wrestling aspect. Before you can do anything else, you've got to be safe in the ring.
And I tend to kind of go at it like a mad bull.
Excellent. Cool.
All right. And who was a fan of mine before I started wrestling back in, the rodeo days?
Me. I'm a rodeo fan. I don't know why you won't talk to me now.
I love it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Fantastic. Do you do the horns? When he goes down?
He won't make eye contact, and I'm not sure why.
You do him wrong.
They're horns. You can't do them wrong.
Who refuses to acknowledge that I have a place on this roster?
Ooh.
I do. You're doing the complete wrong gimmick. You're getting people into this game for the wrong reason.
What do you think would be the right reason?
not to improve your career after you fail at rodeo work. There needs to be dedication to this sport, like a chemist has.
Wonderful. Oh, I love it. And Greg, do you have any more?
Last one is who appreciates the athleticism that I bring to the ring?
Oh, I think that would be Candy. Yeah, I mean, she thinks you're old and kind of like past your best days, but she could still learn a thing or two off you, definitely. I think she's always like taking notes and watching you, like kind of in the ring.
Big Texas can certainly throw them around. All right, fantastic.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, Gerwin, let's do your heat.
Okay. Who knows more about the upper class than I do?
That's a good question. I like that going in there. Because just to give a little basis for this, is money actually come from any sort of wealth, or
no? He has been dirt poor his entire life. It's the reason he's living in an RV now.
Gotcha.
I quite like the idea that like Candy comes from like a really quite rich kind of upper class family. Like she got her parents paid for her to go to this exclusive performing arts college, to learn piano or something like that. And she's chucked it all in, and that's why her family kind of like disowned her, because she's become this wrestler, which is like vulgar and disgusting.
Ooh, love it. And that's going to be some cool things for your family when we deal with that too, Paul. That's going to be neat. Love it, love it, love it.
Okay, so who would get the biggest boost out beating me?
Proctor Sparks? Oh,
no. I was going to say possibly me, because did the UPS guy just beat up the rich person? What the crap? I don't know what's going on here. But Proctor Sparks, yes.
I would say I can see that, but I think Proctor Sparks is just because of the big issue of like free college going on in America right now, and knowledge over money.
I like that. Well, both those work well. So, Gerwin, what do you think?
I'm actually going to go with Proctor in this case, Ryan.
No, I'm 100% behind that. STEM versus the upper class.
Yes,
I don't know what's going on here, but I'm into it.
Because I think that actually gives us something to get our teeth into in matches and in promos.
Love it. Cool.
And I don't need a boost. I'm a jobber. She needs all she can get.
Hey, my next question. Who would have gotten this gimmick if I wasn't here to take it?
Ooh. Anybody think they'd have been the upper crust sort of wrestler? Would have played that money role? Or do we think that's an MPW?
If I can chime in, I don't think it'd be Proctor Sparks, but maybe they wouldn't be the upper crust wrestler, but Big Texas would have been forced to be like a Texas businessman in a white suit.
Oh, that's a thought. What do you think, Greg?
That would be interesting. Yeah, like I was supposed to come from the far off land of Texas, but the schedule for the tours got swapped with a different tour, and now we're in the South, so now I have to be like the local homeboy.
Oh.
And we have to have a fancy rich guy. Yeah, I like it.
Cool. I like that too. Do you resent it at all, Tex?
I don't, because I need to get Mr. Monet to help me with the work. So.
Gotcha. Cool.
And finally, who did I first throw through a symbol of my homeland to establish my character?
Oh, I love that question.
Who did I? We had this giant comedy check that I was presenting someone in dollars with a little bit of sticky tape on, that when we pulled it off, it actually said Zimbabwe dollars. So, it was no money whatsoever. And I think I ended up actually smashing it over someone.
Who took the hit from the check? Or do we think it was an MPW?
Again, I'm always down to take hits, but if you want an MPW, I will not complain. I'm a jobber. I'm just here to be cool. To make you look good.
I I always think it's better when it's a player wrestler. What do you think, Garwin?
I'd agree. Yeah, I'll if you're okay with that, Ryan. I
I'm
think
always okay with being hit with strange money implements if it makes you look good.
It was a financial crash.
Oh, I've got to have that as one of my signatures. Also, the whole thing of me getting your name wrong came from when I was actually signing the check.
Oh,
You couldn't even get my name right on the check you were going to clobber me with?
Yes.
oh,
I love that.
wonderful. Oh, so good. Is that all yours, Garwin?
That's all mine done.
Excellent. All right, Ferret.
Okay, I would like to change one question if I can. The who beat me bloody most recently, because I don't think she's big into blood sports right now. But could I change that to who's helping me with marketing?
Oh, certainly.
Because I imagine, like, since she's like a proctor, and a lot of Americans don't know what that is, like she's selling the Spencer's Gift science stuff.
Oh, okay. I like that concept. That's cool. Nice little merch angle. Anybody out there feel like they've been helping? Anybody got
down
it?
to help with the business side of your business if you want, but if you would rather have someone else, I am just here to make people look good.
I think Princess has.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love it.
I like that too.
Yeah, I'll take Mr. Monet and Princess then.
Yeah.
And I think the next question is who's jealous of my fan base?
Oh, I'm super jealous of your fan base because they can put 1 and 1 together and get 2. All right, and they actually show up to matches not totally drunk.
Love it.
Okay. Who's returned from an injury I gave them? And I think this can be like kayfabe, fake injury if they'd want.
So who took one of those hardcore hits there? Anybody up on our crew or want to go with an MPW?
Good. I feel silly volunteering for everything, but if you want to beat me up, that's literally my job description, so I'm game for it.
What you think, Ferret? Want to double down on?
Oh no, because I
Dan?
took Mr. Monet for my helping with marketing. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely. I think I was trying out my ruby red slippers, which catch fire when I click my heels.
Oh no.
Yeah. So.
So was it like a fake in-ring injury, or was it an actual real injury?
I think it was a fake injury that gave Dan reason to take some classes for a while.
Oh, that sounds cool. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah,
Dan?
there was one I couldn't do distance, and you helped write me out for a little bit. That was sweet of you, even if it did involve pretending I was on fire.
You may not have to pretend exactly.
I mean, I'm used to it. It's cool.
And the final question is, who can take everything I can dish out?
Ooh. Who's actually able to take a pretty good walloping?
I'd like to put Candy up for that. I mean, she will. Maybe she actually physically isn't so good at taking it, but she will gladly and enthusiastically welcome it because it's just another aspect of the business that she's learning it.
Yeah, and I think Proctor Sparks is pretty much more dangerous to herself than her opponent most often. But I think you're up to try out her new gimmicks that she makes. Like, I've made this exploding powder. It should be safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody else on the roster is way too experienced to even get in the ring with weird shit like that. But Candy's just yeah, sure, if it gets me ring time.
Breaking Bad was an amazing series. Let's try this out.
Love it. Excellent. And is that all yours, Ferret?
That is all of mine.
Cool. All right. I think what I'd like to do is I'm going to have us do The concept here is y'all have all encountered each other. We have our heat map, so we know each other. And I think that means that you did some house shows together throughout Gauntlet territory, here and there, just plug-ins to shows. And you had all gotten enough, respect, so to speak, to be allowed to go on this roadshow. I mean, this is a chance for you to move up. So putting you all together in a roadshow, we're just starting that. But you've all had a chance to encounter each other in the Gauntlet diaspora as they've, plugged you into house shows. So I think I'm going to start with us just doing around the table of getting ready, leaving home to start the roadshow. I want to hear kind of what it looks like as you're leaving to start what will be. I mean, this tour is going to be months, and getting back home, if you do get back home, it's going to be a day or two. It's going to mean more than likely like hopping a train or driving for hours to be home a couple of days, go back out, preparing yourself for going on the road. I think I'm going to start. I'll start on the other end from Ryan. I think I'll start with you, Ferret. What's it look like for Proctor to be heading out?
Proctor is, I imagine that she was one of the young Doogie Howser-esque double majors in medicine and chemistry. And she does local teaching. She's famous enough locally that she can get teacher's aides when she wants to be, or be a teacher's aide when she wants to be. And she's selling this. She's been handing out flyers and having people hand out flyers for GLW all throughout the campus. And she's out in the campus area with she has her van with teacher parking, thankfully, packed with everything. But she's putting on this basically free show for the campus that, come out, learn that knowledge is power, and power can be anything you desire. Throws down a smoke bomb. Learn that GLW respects the brain as well as the brawn. Sets off some fire in her hands, so she's holding controlled fire. And come see me, not the mad scientist, but sometimes an angry scientist crashes the fire together. And I will rock the world of wrestling until I am the grand champion. And there's probably a few clappers and a few people.
And the one person at the back, is this on the test?
And I think it's she just looks at the back room, sort of glares, puts on her, takes off her actual work goggles. It's there will be extra credit for those who go to the first match. And
love it.
And then she'll walk out, probably sign one autograph and head off, and then text her, I'll say girlfriend, that going on the road, things went fine, hope you do well in your classes, XOXO.
Wonderful. So you have a girlfriend that's back home. The rest of your family, your parents, are they around? What do they think of this?
Proctor Sparks was adopted. She is, her adopted parents are Chinese, could not have children of their own. It's, her mother is torn on her being a wrestler because it seems to be a violent job, and she had a degree in medication. She has a degree in chemistry. Teach! And her father, I think, was actually, it came from a family of the acrobats and traveling performers.
Oh.
So she's much more close to her father, who sees, it takes a lot. He gets, it takes a lot of effort and intelligence to do things that show off and don't get people hurt. And I think they both love her girlfriend because her girlfriend is a an actual surgeon, or a she's a teaching surgeon. So
Oh,
it's like
nice.
not only
Okay.
is she saves lives, but she sets out those who are going to save lives in the future. You've done a great job, daughter.
And is your girlfriend? And let's give her a name. What's your girlfriend's name?
My girlfriend is named Deborah, and thanks to Scrubs, Cox. And I think she was amused at first, and now she's getting less amused as I'm putting more and more effort into it.
Mm. And maybe not super happy that you're going to be gone for huge extended periods.
I think she's fine when she's off on the clock and can't see me. She's a bit of a control freak, so when I can't see her, it's a bit of a problem.
Okay. And final question. Are you a face or are you a heel?
Of course I'm a face. I've got to show that science isn't mad. Science is justice.
All right. So anybody who is a heel, you will get 1 extra heat with Proctor Sparks. All right. We're going to go over to you, Gerwin. What's it look like as you're preparing? You and I suppose Princess and Fufu are getting ready to go on the road.
Yes, we're going to visit my ex-wife with my other 2 children. I need to say good. She has custody, and we got married out of high school, and lacking any other real skills, I enlisted in the army. Went off to the Gulf, the war in the Gulf, and came back. Not necessarily the person I was going out, and I've had trouble keeping down jobs. I've had trouble just generally, and the marriage really fell apart after that. So one of my other daughters, his birthday is coming up in a few weeks, and he goes to visit her and drop off the present because he can't be sure he's going to be back.
About how old are the other 2 kids?
One's 8 and one's 10.
Gotcha. How long have you been divorced?
We've been divorced around about 4 years now.
Okay. And Princess, I mean, obviously chose to be with you. How does your ex-wife feel about her going on the road?
I think we have a screaming argument about it. I close the door and try and talk her down, but I think the image we have is Princess sat in the room with the two younger sisters, and then there's just this wall of noise coming from the kitchen.
What's your ex-wife's name?
Lucille.
Lucille. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. All right. So I'm going to give narrative to you. What does this encounter look like?
I wasn't able to keep down a full-time job after coming out of the army. She went, she's studied distance learning and got herself a degree and works as a realtor now, as a single mother. As a consequence, she's actually got quite a nice house. So the house is immaculate. It's very well kept. Nice big living room. And I think this scene ends with Monet, real name Graham, coming out and slamming the door. Looks at his 2 daughters, and he forces himself to smile. Come here, Lillian. And he bends down to his 8-year-old daughter. I'm gonna do whatever I can to get back for your birthday, okay? I can't promise, but I am gonna move heaven and earth to be here for you.
She will hug you, and I know you will, Daddy.
And while I'm hugging her, I think Princess shoots me a look, and I give her a knowing look back. I'm I'm not sure I can keep this promise.
And I think we see Lucille kind of with heads, back at the back as Princess is coming out of the door. And you could probably see that Lucille's handed her some money. And you could probably hear she's not trying to keep it quiet. You know you can come home any time, sweetie.
I'll bite my lip, and I'll be in the RV if you need me, and I'll take the two little girls by the hand and take them out to the RV, and I think we'll cut the scene at that point.
Yeah, that seems perfect. That's beautiful. Are you a face or a heel? I think we know the answer.
I'm a heel. I'm very much a heel.
All right. Anyone who is a face, you can add a heat for Mr. Money. All right. Greg, Big Texas. What's it look like when you're heading out?
So I think the camera sort of comes up from the backyard of this duplex and goes into the kitchen. There's some sounds of cooking, and the whole house is like a freeze frame from like the 40s, and there's like pink stuff and little froofy curtains and very like vinyl placemats around the table. And there's an old lady sitting there, and she's eating her breakfast. And then as the camera sort of comes around, we see Willard at the stove cooking up some sausage. And it's just like, yes, Mom, I'm going back out on the road again. Oh, are you going to the rodeo? Yes, Mom. Yeah. And I'm going to be gone for a while, but I've talked to Carol next door. She's going to check in on you, and she'll be calling me and letting me know how you're doing. So with Miss Carol comes over, it's going to be all right. And puts down a big plate, and Willard fills up this very small chair at the table and just sits with his mom and eats breakfast one last time before heading out the front door and getting on an awfully large motorcycle, which is going to be interesting when we have to carpool, and putting on his helmet, adjusting the bull horns on the front of it, and then revving it up.
Love it. Does Big Texas just travel with like a duffel bag on the back of it, or do you have one of the little carts that follows it? Or
yeah, no, there's totally one of those weird trailer things that he has to drag behind, and one of the tires is probably the spare donut, but from a different vehicle. And it mostly works. Sometimes it gets a little wobbly, and he has to slow down on the interstate.
Oh,
it totally has bullhorns too. It's painted like the Texas flag.
Oh, I love it. What's your mom's name?
Oh, Nancy?
Nancy. And sounded like she's up in age.
She's very up in age.
All right. And so how old is Big Texas?
Big Texas is up in age too. Probably and now I hate to make anyone feel bad if this is your age, but probably like mid 40s.
And it
too
is
old
my
to be wrestling. It's been, yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Of course you've taken the hard licks of the rodeo life, so probably some aches and pains. I'll tell you, I haven't taken the licks of the rodeo life, and I have aches and pains. So, all right. So we see Big Texas heading down the highway on his hog. Wonderful. Oh, I love it. And is Big Texas a heel or a face?
part of me says it's kind of situational about how the people feel about Texas, wherever we are. But I think, what do we have so far? We have a face
And a heel.
and a heel. I think Big Texas is a heel.
Okay, starting off as a heel. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. I get a real Bradshaw feel about him. If you know wrestling, kind of that, super tough guy, Texas wrestler. I like that. Okay, cool. Anybody who's a face can take an extra heat there with Big Texas. All right, Paul. What's it look like as you head out?
Okay. Candy, she lives in this really cramped, small apartment in the French Quarter in New Orleans, and she shares it with like kind of 3 like housemates, and she's in her tiny little room, and she's packing like the suitcase on her bed, and she's got all her gear like stacked up on this piano, this like little baby piano that she's got in the bedroom, folding her spandex gear, and she's on the phone at the same time. She's got the phone like kind of tucked like under her ear, and she's folding it up. She's like, "Oh, hey, Mum, it's Candice here. I know we haven't talked much recently, and that, but I thought you might like to know that I finished my training. I did really good. Like I came out top of the class, and like just thought I'd let you and Dad know that I'm going off on my first tour. I'm going on the road. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be a pro wrestler, and I know things are still tough, and you're still really upset with me for dropping out of college, and I really appreciate everything that you've done for me, but just thought that maybe you could be happy for me for following my dreams." And then you hear this thing, it's like beep beep beep, and the answering machine like runs out of like tape, and she just like sighs and like closes the suitcase and leaves.
Oh, that is beautiful and heartbreaking. Oh, that is so good. Wow. So we have the impression that your parents not happy with it. Are they from New Orleans as well?
Yeah. I imagine they're like a really sort of rich kind of old money family from New Orleans. Yeah, maybe like her parents, like they're big like donors to like Tulane University or something like that.
Oh, that's
really
perfect.
Quite society sort of
right. Old Garden District family.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I love it. I have few questions that says so many beautiful things about it already. I would like to know, is this been something you've been so dedicated to that there's not like a romantic interest in your life at all? Or are you leaving somebody behind?
I think I've actually recently finished a romantic relationship with someone because I want to concentrate on this. I'm going to be away for like months on end, and I just don't want the distraction of
How'd they take it?
Someone. Not well. Yeah, and in fact, maybe like on the floor, there's like a bottle, like a smashed like bottle of wine or something from like last night, like a broken like wine glass, and the red wine has kind of stained the white carpet.
Oh, I love it. And finally, I think I know the answer, but face or heel?
Well, actually, because I am the young one, I don't actually pick a starting.
Oh, that's
role.
right.
So whenever I start a match, I basically count as the opposite role of the opponent.
That's right.
So I then play the face or the heel. Then.
Oh, that's cool. That's nifty. I'd forgotten that about the young. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play the young one before, and I'm interested to see it. Excellent.
So I take the +1 heat with the opponent at that time when I start a match with them.
Wonderful. Cool. Thank you very much. And Ryan, what's it look like as we see Danger Dan getting ready to go on the road?
we see Dan's truck parked outside of like a house where he's busy hauling in like a last cabinet or something. And dusts off his hands. It's like, well, that should get you all settled, and I'll be back in a few months. It's not going to be too long. And a woman who's pretty obviously related to him, and one who's a little younger than him, but also obviously related, to give him a hug. Like, thanks for moving everything, Daniel. It was so helpful. And, Maggie's going to be a lot of help while you're out of town. And, you can come back if you want to. There's always jobs at the paper mill. You don't have to do this. It's like, no. It's fun. I like doing it, and I feel like I'm doing something useful there in a way I'm not really here. And besides, the hours are weird, which makes it easier to get the classes in. Paper mill, long days. I mean, trade-offs, I suppose. Do wish I could stay at home, but they're good people. You'd like them. And his mom looks very uncertain about that. She's not really sure she would like all of the wrestlers were she to meet them. But he's smiling, like, please believe me, it's gonna be rad. Just like, yeah, fine, okay. And here's some food for the road. He's like, Mom, you didn't have to pack me a lunch. I'll be okay. And she's like, no, just take it, and puts another Tupperware on top. Like, and here's some more food for the road because it's gonna be a long drive. He's going, I'm gonna meet other people. Are you gonna pack food for the entire promotion? She's like, don't you start, because I will. You have room in your truck. And so driving away, it is clearly old but lovingly repaired blue truck with a duffel on the seat next to him, and a whole like igloo cooler in the back where clearly she has packed as much food as he's gonna need for the week, or maybe to feed the entire promotion. I mean, he can pick how he wants to do it, but he can't leave it here because she would be offended. There's probably even a little "I love you, do good" note in there.
Oh, I love it. I see them kind of waving on the porch as you're going. What's your mom's name?
She is Vicky.
Vicky. And sounds like, coming from a mill town. Is it like the whole family, everybody that you knew and grew up with were associated with the mill, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think probably pretty much everybody works the mill for a while. Maybe Dan did for a while before he went. I could be a wrestler and an accountant. And it's a little weird, but, we love Daniel. He'll find his way eventually.
A natural combo.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love it. And face or heel is the job. I think the jobber takes a role.
Yeah, the jobber does take a role. And I went with face because it looks like we've got a lot of heels and a switch hitter to beat me up. So I'm going for the most beat-upable role. And also, it's real easy to be a generic face in a way that I feel it's a bit hard to be a generic heel.
That's true. That's very true. Alrighty. So anyone who is a heel can take a heat with Danger Dan. All right. I love what we've got set up here so far. And what we're going to do is have us all arriving at first venue, which is going to be at Bubba's Barbecue and Beer. And what they've got is back behind the barbecue hut restaurant. They've got a big yard where they'll do like cookouts. They've got a volleyball set up there, and they've set up a ring. Going to give us a little comment about our ring to let you all know to play with. This is not a forgiving ring. This was not one that was set up professionally, so landing on it is going to be pretty hard. Ring ropes may not be something you can trust as much as you'd want to. Which means, for our purposes, anytime we roll snake eyes on a move in this ring, we have potential for the ring to cause damage to you, or you to cause ring to the ring. So keep that in mind. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take us our break now so I can book our matches real quick. So if you don't mind, I think I'm gonna take we'll take 9 minutes, and we'll come back at 5 till the hour. All right, see you all then. All righty. I love these characters already. This is all really awesome. I'm super happy with these.
I love how different each of them are as well. Each of their home lights is distinctly different from the other, and I think that's cool.
I think that's going to be neat, don't you, Gare, when they're doing this this road stuff?
Well, this is the sort of stuff that the more real world side is the stuff I was trying to bring in Lowell's last game that we played in.
It's it's an interesting aspect, and I understand where it doesn't get used a lot, but I just think it's kind of a cool thing for us to bring in.
Definitely, it's a lot of worldwide wrestling games tend to be the higher end promotions, actually going in right at the bottom, and this is people's jobs. This is the stuff they do to actually bring home the money that allowed them to feed their families and interact with their families, and that's something I don't think a lot of people realize when they look at wrestling and wrestlers.
Yeah, it's not an easy life. I mean, even the top end folks, it's not an easy life. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay out. You all arrive at the barbecue shack, and you see that there is an old beat up RV there, and down the side of it is printed Gauntlet League Wrestling. And you see that pasted up on the side, you see like a picture of Sub Pig. You see pictures of like, some of the grand old pictures of the Bleakwood family. We see Clara, and we see, Daddy Bleakwood. We see the Kraken on the side. We see, this is one of the old ones, so we probably even see like Terminatrix and those sort of things. It's got these, but it's peeling. It looks beat up. It was definitely passed down. This is first off where Behemoth travels around in and lives, and it also is kind of your control booth. There will be a YouTube taping of your match, because Miles Morales it's not Miles Morales. It is Miles Morales, isn't it? Yeah. Is the web guru for Gauntlet League. And
Robbie Reigns.
Robbie Reigns, that's it. Miles Morales is the trademarked version. But he's the web guru for Gauntlet League Wrestling. And so we'll stick that up on the web stuff for Gauntlet League. So you will get a little bit of a push out there in the multimedia. So keep that in mind when we're doing like promos. You'll be doing them for your audience, but you'll also there will be some greater exposure from that. I'm going to lay out as you get in there and you see Behemoth, and he is, like I say, he's a big guy. And he's, come on, and as you come riding up and driving up, we'll motion you into the RV, and y'all are all kind of squished in there because, it's not big, and a lot of y'all are pretty large. So, and he's in there, and he's like, all right, glad to see you all made it. And there's 8 of y'all there. It's not the full roster, but that's still a lot of folks packed into this RV. And he goes over with you, the crowd may be a little rowdy. It is 2 for $1 beer night. So they will be drunk. Be aware of that. My hope is that we're going to get out of there clean. They've got a bouncer, but I want you to always remember, someone charges the ring, you stomp them in the head. That's how we handle people who charge a ring. Try not to kill anybody. It's bad press. Now I've got some matches. We're going to go out there. We're going to put on a good show. It's the first step in our little travel here. He motions over towards, oops, sorry, my notes. Here we go. Motions over towards Miguel and says, pulls out nice looking belt. It's a hand-me-down from Gauntlet League. It's the old U.S. Championship. It says, we're going to put the strap on you to start with. you know, it's probably going to move. And when he says that, Miguel's like, we'd see about that sort of thing. But he's like, Miguel, it's not the strap that matters. It's the butts and seats. Come on now. But going to start it off with that. I don't think I'm going to have you wrestling tonight. Get out there, get your face, put it up there, get the crowd to know you a little. We'll be passing back through here in a couple of weeks. That's when we'll get the big pop for what we're getting here. He's like, oh, fine. And Most looks around, says, I think we're going to start off with you, and points at you, Monet. Going to start the match with you against Danger Dan.
Who?
Dan over here. He points over towards Danger Dan.
Oh, yeah, him. Okay, you want us to warm up the crowd then?
I want you warming up the crowd. I want you getting off on that this shtick of yours. It can be big. This will be your moment. Really sell it. Dan, you're going to get the chance here to make this crowd love you. I mean, Money here is going to be a total asshole. Make them love you so they feel terrible when he kicks your ass.
Monet. It's not money, it's Monet.
I don't talk no foreign talk.
And she'll curse in Chinese and Cantonese.
We're starting with Dan, and Big Texas just spits on the trailer's carpet.
Tex, we're here to make a show. You were saying something, Garwin?
I was about to say, Don, how do you feel about barbecue? Any allergies I should be aware of?
No, it's Dan, but I'm fine with barbecue. I can eat whatever you put in front of me.
Great.
Real quick clarification. Which state are we in of the American South?
We are in Alabama.
Alabama. Okay, good. So Big Texas can totally rag on their crap barbecue. Fantastic.
Absolutely. They use pig instead of cow, so... Which, by the way, pig is the only real barbecue. But...
We will fight. Anyway.
He looks over at you. He says, Tex, well, I've got something special for you. You're going to finish out, potentially. We're going to look for time. Let me, after we finish you, Money and Dan, we're going to go with, and he looks over towards Sex Bomb and Tommy Blaze. Says, we're going to have a match between you two. Sexy, baby. What I need for you to do is make Tommy look good before you finish him off. Tommy's kind of like, hey, I thought it would be my turn to... No, Tommy. Sexy here. Everybody knows her. They're going to be getting the nostalgia fills. Go out there, work the crowd, honey. These guys are going to love you. And she's like, they always do, baby. They always do.
At least until morning, I say under my breath.
Then I got, I'm going to have Proctor, you, and Candy. What I want here is a match that gives them some length. Something here that they're going to remember. This is going to be our highlight moment. Both of y'all, young, plenty of energy. Get out there. Show them the stuff. I have faith in both of you.
Yeah, and I'll sort of look a bit like more gingerly like at Proctor. And I'll be like, Proctor, have you got any of those experimental tricks up your sleeve for this match?
And I'll smile a bit and look at it like, how do you feel about... and there's a type of flame which burns in such a way that it does not touch skin. How do you feel about pyrotechnics?
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to get things going bang and things going on fire, that's going to look super cool. For my first match, wow, yeah, I love it.
Ooh, then I want to use my tables, ladders, and chairs oh my move to add hardcore to as a stipulation to this match.
Ooh, excellent. Behemoth's like, oh my god, yes. These people are gonna love fire. They're gonna like all that shit. That's gonna hit huge. Just make sure to give them their money's worth.
Oh, I'll give them everybody's money's worth.
Have you seen that ring? You're gonna set it on fire.
Don't set the ring on fire. Please don't set the ring on fire.
How many
like made out of bricks?
How many extinguishers do we have?
They keep one near the fire pit, so you should be good. And, you know, they've got a couple in the back. But keep in mind, if there's fire, some of these guys are going to start throwing shots at it. So be careful.
One moment. Where's the budget coming from this? When I put my expense request in, where is he getting all this from?
Looking over at Proctor, is that...
Yeah.
Some of us bring things from home. And then she'll look at Princess and smile. Besides family.
So what you're saying is this stuff isn't actually federally tested and passed? This is homemade shit?
Do you doubt that I'm capable?
I have every faith in you, Proctor. I put my life in your hands, and we're going to give them a real good fucking match out there.
That's the gung-ho attitude I like to see, as well as I like to see people bringing their own materials. You see, that does save the promotion quite a bit. And I should tell you, once the match is over, we're going to all have barbecue. They say we can take everything that's left, so no need to worry about dinner tonight. Then, this one. Oh, this one's going to be great. We're going to do a little like the old Andre days. Tex, you're going to be doing a tug of war.
Oh. Are you going to be having me tug of war with Cecil?
No, you're tug of warring with guys from the crowd. Don't worry. By then, they're going to be crazy drunk. And my cousin Bob has he's out there in the crowd too. He's going to be one that we bring up, you know, local guy. Worst comes to worst, he's going to fall, knock him down. You're going to win. You're going to win, Tex. It's going to be fine. But once it's over, we're looking at time. If you feel like we got a little time, I'm giving you the opportunity there. You could call out any wrestlers in the back.
All right. I'll do your rope tricks.
Wonderful. All right, then. I think that they got the YouTubies or whatever ready. If anybody wants to get on there, say a little something for the show. The crowd's starting to come in there, back there. Keep in mind, crowd going to be moving in and out. So, you know, bathroom, getting another rib, that sort of thing. But if you want to start working them, we're all set to go. Start at 7:30.
Where are we changing?
Right here.
What? All of us in this?
Well, you could take turns in my bedroom. And he motions back to the back of the RV that's got like a blanket.
Okay, Behemoth. That's a phrase I never want to hear again.
You should be so lucky, Money.
Money.
I think Proctor says at the same time, Monet.
Love it. All right, then. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to offer up, because when we have some of these things like promos, y'all can start playing with my booking some. So I'm going to open up first. Does anyone want to do a promo before the matches start?
I think Big Texas gets out of the trailer, and and has left the trailer because, you know, if they all need to get into their leotards, whatever. But Big Texas is just going to put on his hat and he's in costume.
Gotcha.
And so he moseys on over to the barbecue line and is like, I'll have myself some brisket. Well, do y'all have brisket?
And the guy at the pit goes, "Of course we got brisket. We got fine brisket here. You sure you don't want the pulled pork?"
Yeah, I want some brisket. Give me your brisket.
I'll tell you. I'll be fine. And he pulls down this dry-looking brisket. It's clearly been in the smoker too long. He starts carving it, and it's so stiff he's having to saw at it.
Once I get my plate, I eat some. What? And I turn around to like the line of people in the barbecue. This is the worst damn brisket I've ever had. I come all the way from Texas to Alabama. Y'all can't cook a cow. I'll be seeing all of you out on the wrestling ring tonight, and I'm going to show you what real barbecue does to a man. Makes me big, makes me strong, and I'm going to own every single one of you. And I throw the brisket on the ground.
Oh, the crowd is definitely pissed at that. Is that a promo, or are you getting cheap heat, you think?
Oh, a promo implies that I'm trying to like change some part of the booking, right?
Well, with promo, and if you look at the base moves, with a promo, you get things like you can have the creative book you in a match. You already know you've got a call out if time permits. You can add a stipulation. You can gain some momentum, or you can gain heat, which...
I have to be calling out a particular person, right? So I think I'm just going for some cheap heat.
Okay. So go ahead and take that momentum as you're saying this, and there's guys who start kind of flinging rib bones in your direction. Screw Texas. There ain't no way y'all got anything on Alabama barbecue.
I'll open up my shirt for my Texas Longhorns.
Got a tattoo?
Yeah, Texas Longhorns tattoo.
Oh,
so it's all the Alabama fans. Yeah.
You hear yells, "Roll Tide! Roll Tide!" All right. Do we think Monet, you going to be doing anything before matches, or?
I am. I'm going to do it actually at the start of my match, but also I'm going to be actually out. How do I share files in this? Is there any way I can share pictures on here?
I suppose you could put a link up, or you could do share screen.
Okay. Anyway, Princess and me out of costume are going to be outside handing out money bucks, which are replica $100 bills with Monet's face on it rather than the president's.
Love it. You feel like this is maybe a work the audience sort of move, or do you think this is cutting a promo? You think we got the camera there watching you?
I think this is basically working the audience more than anything else.
Well,
because he's out of costume, so the camera most definitely isn't watching him.
All right. I didn't mention, but everybody should have listed your starting audience, and that will also have given you your starting momentum. So, roll with audience there,
Okay.
Mr. Monet.
I've got an 8.
Ooh, all righty. So, they're popping. You're going to get a chance to gain momentum. Or we can go ahead and set you up as coming in with control of the match.
No, I think I'm going to actually gain the momentum if I can.
All right. And how are they popping, you think? I mean, since you did pretty well on this, are they kind of... Is this the sort of thing where they're liking you because you're doing this? Or are you doing it in that smarmy sort of way of this is worth more than...
No, this is me out of character, out of costume. We've handed it over, and when people are going to pay at the actual counter, they're pulling out the wrong bill.
Oh, I love it.
So they go to pay. They go to pay for their food with one of these money bucks, and the counter's going, "Hey, what's this? No, don't accept any. to get that little bit of heat there.
That makes sense. And it's sort of that thing of maybe they feel like, oh, this is a promotion that's going on, so they could use it a coupon. And now you've got them where they're just pissed off where they took this. Love it. All right. Proctor Sparks, you doing anything before matches?
Oh, definitely. I have a flyer or like a banner for the local technical college because every job is important, and she has like full on protective lab gear, but these have some like metal plates just sewn into the gear, and she's showing off like she's showing off how to make those like little throwing on the ground sound noise makers for the 4th of July, and basically giving out like a free small chemistry course. And then at the very end, she's like, tonight, throw these when I am in the ring. Throw them when I do something impressive. Make noise. Make sound. And she pulls out I think they're like a belt sander, and she stands back a little bit just in the safe range, like, and I will bring the sparks, and she presses the belt sander on the piece of metal, shoots sparks out, starts doing a spark show, and I assume the cameras are going to be cutting on her now.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so sounds like you are cutting a promo there then.
Yes, I am.
All righty. So you're going to be rolling with your look.
My only good stats.
Yay.
Ooh, that is an 11.
Fantastic. So you're gaining that momentum. You're also going to get to pick one from the 7 to 9.
Okay, let me check the play aids just real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. I am going to gain +1 heat with Candy.
Okay. And since that means you're kind of calling Candy out a little bit, what'd you say in there that...
Yeah, I think like with the sparks, she ends that, like, comes down, like, there's so many eyes on her for her show, and she goes like, I am the teacher, and tonight we'll see how Candy does, because we know how bad students get, and don't you want to see how this professor doles out punishment? And then starts handing, and I think for cheap heat, she'll hand out like flyers for the local schools.
I like it. So we'll kind of have you do the cheap heat as you come to the ring. We'll set that up, but you keep it in mind. And these folks are loving. They like the pyrotechnics of the sparks. They're way behind you. Oh yeah, paddle that Candy. Teach them some discipline, Professor. Because they don't understand Proctor. And excellent. Candy, this has been going on. Think you're doing a little something for the match?
Yeah, totally. Like after Proctor Sparks cuts this promo, and she like comes back behind the curtain backstage, and I'm kind of like waiting there for her because I've been watching like through the curtain. I'm like, wow. Oh, Proctor, that was seeing you work the crowd like that. It was amazing. It was amazing. And I'm like, oh shit, you're on fire, because there's like all these sparks like up on the back of her thing. And I get this kind of wet towel, and I'm like, and I start putting out all these kind of little burning like embers like on the back of her thing. And I'm like, wow, I think I'm really, really going to learn from you tonight. Like I'm going to be in there in the best with the best my first match, and I really couldn't wish to be in there with someone as experienced as you.
And I think I know what you're going for, but I think she's nonplussed with the cinders burning her jacket and everything, but she'll look back like, do I have another jacket? I don't want to go out with the one that's burned. If I do, could you fetch it for me?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I'll get it from your bag. Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Oh, all right.
And I'm going to be using my move there, which is show respect. You believe wholeheartedly that your career will be built on showing deference to your elders. The first time in an episode, you lace up someone's boots, volunteer for a task, or otherwise demonstrate your respect. Gain +1 heat with them.
I love the lace up the boots. That's a there. Yeah, I'm all for the tradition of respect for a good wrestler. All right, roll it up for us.
Oh, it's not a roll.
No, it's not a roll.
Just gain 1 heat. So I get 1 heat.
Excellent. Fantastic. Ryan, how about Danger Dan? Does Danger Dan do anything before the match?
Danger Dan probably normally wouldn't, but he needs to be a lovable everyman. So he's going to be right there, like having some barbecue and a beer, like, this is the best damn barbecue I've ever had. There's nothing like Alabama barbecue. You all really know what to do with pig. And this is just delicious. And snarf, snarf, snarf. Everything. Trying to be likable. It looks like some kind of uniform. He's got a cap on. I mean, he might work at the same place you do. We don't know.
I gotcha. Oh, I love that. So, sound like working the audience?
Ooh, yeah, I was thinking Cheap Heat, but I'm totally working the audience.
Okay.
I have 0 audience. Maybe it'll work. No. Holy crap. Did that actually... Okay, I rolled a 10 somehow.
Woo-hoo! All right. Okay, so you get them on your side, gain 2 momentum as they're welcoming you kind of in. I'm guessing that they know you're part of the matches, and so they're coming over there like clapping you on the back. These folks coming around here, it's good to see somebody who understands fine barbecue. Did you hear that Texas asshole talking about our barbecue not being, oh golly, but ain't nothing good comes out of Texas. And they're clapping you on the back and they're handing you one of those terrible 2-for-$1 draft beers. I'm thinking it's like, the keg comes and it just has beer written on the side.
Yeah, I definitely have one that I'm sipping at occasionally because, you gotta look like you're one of the guys, but it's so bad. I couldn't drink this if I wanted to, and I don't really want to be drunk before the match, but it's so bad.
So you circulated around and they're liking you. And so we get to where it's time for that first match. And I think, Danger Dan, I think we probably could just transition from you there working to stepping on in the ring. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Do we have any, is there like a music that hits or any sort of thing? Or are you just kind of strolling to the ring?
I don't think I have set music normally. Maybe because they're playing he's not from Alabama, but he is a local everyman. It's probably some, like, Sweet Home Alabama or something that they just went, this will be appropriate. Why not?
Perfect.
Yeah, the sort of stuff they would normally play in this bar.
Wonderful. And so and they're patting you on the back as you get up into the ring and they're kind of cheering. And I think then is when Mr. Monet, the music hits. You're muted, my love.
Yes, I realized I just couldn't find the button. Princess walks out on stage, walks out to the entrance. Aye! Everyone stops, looks at her. Thank you. And she lifts up her violin and she starts to play Ein klein Nachtmusik. And this is her playing, and she's an exceptionally good player. And as she plays, Monet steps out. He's holding his umbrella. He's got his briefcase. He'll lift up his monocle, put it in, look down his nose at the crowd, and make his way to the ring. When he gets up to the ring, he'll run his finger along, and actually, I need to do it on camera. And slowly climb into the ring. Do we actually have microphones, or are we doing this?
You're having to yell this one, but fortunately, of the 150 folks there, they're a little rowdy, but they're wanting to see the show. So they're not yelling too loudly you can't be heard.
Ladies and gentlemen, maybe not. Citizens of Alabama, I can't think of a better phrase. I am here amongst you. I have deigned to come down from Olympus to walk amongst you mortals. What a pity. I fear you will not gain the benefit of this. You will not see the pure brilliance of the music, the culture that my daughter has brought you. But just as I have shared my culture with you, my far superior culture, I will share some of yours. I've heard of this thing called barbecue. And I'll turn to Dan. Do be a good fellow and go and get me some. And I'll basically take out some money and shove it in his pocket.
Dan, how do you react to that?
You wouldn't know good barbecue if it was right in front of you, and I don't need your... What is this? This isn't an American dollar. This is some sort of rip-off money bucks.
Money bucks. And of course you wouldn't recognize it. The numbers on it are probably too high for you to count. But
well,
still,
shows what you know about.
If he will not bring me barbecue, I'll take out some more money. And who will?
And you definitely will get some. They'll come rushing up thinking they're going to get some money out of it. And they'll hand you a plate as they pull the money down from you.
And I'll take the plate. I'll hand them the money. I'll hand them a wad of money. It's only the top 3 bills and the bottom 3 bills that are actually the money bucks. The rest is just paper. And I will take the barbecue. So I did some research before coming here tonight. I read up on this barbecue. This doesn't look like beef.
You hear oh, that ain't barbecue.
Oh, and this is?
Hell yeah.
So you prefer pork, I take it.
It's the only barbecue.
That's strange. I didn't know cannibalism was allowed in this state.
And it takes them a second. And then they go, hey, what the hell? He's calling us pigs. And they are roaring. I'm taking that as cheap heat.
Yeah, that's very much cheap heat.
All right.
And I will take up a bit of the barbecue. Bite it. Would you like some? I offer it to Don.
You can almost see him going, I know that you're thinking I'm Don.
And this is the thing, your actual uniform, I think, has Dan written on it. And yet I still get it wrong.
Yes, can you believe this guy? Look at the audience. But take some barbecue.
Okay. In fact, why don't you have the lot? And I'll slam the plate into his face.
Oh, the crowd. They're screaming. And I think that's going to put you in control of the batch, Monet.
Very much so.
I love your ferret.
But I'm actually using my heal move at that point.
Oh, what you doing?
I have a special move that actually affects my heal move. If I can just find the character sheet. What have I done with that? I know I've got too many screens open. There we go. So I have superiority complex. You treat this country, language, and customs with derision. Yes. The heal move only costs you 1 momentum if you're destroying something representing this country.
Nice.
So I'll use it to gain a point of heat with Danger Dan.
Ooh, what's that take you up to in heat?
That takes me up to 3, I believe.
Ooh, nice. And I think since you're using your heal move and doing that, I think that's going to shift over control.
Very much so, yes.
to you, Danger Dan. You've just gotten a face full of porcine deliciousness. What are you doing?
Wiping off the face full of porcine deliciousness, first off, because it's hard to see through barbecue sauce. And yeah, I'm just gonna go for the cheap heat. I'm like, you wouldn't know good barbecue if you saw it. How could you do this to some of the best barbecue in our country? These Alabamans know how to cook a pig. You wouldn't have any clue.
Woo, yeah.
You think barbecue is beef. And I am gonna... Oh crap, I have to describe wrestling now, don't I? I'm gonna, as I turn to talk to the audience, then try to kind of swing around and clothesline him or something while he's still preening about how awesome he is.
Okay, that sounds excellent. All right, so just going straight for that turnaround and try and go into a quick clothesline. Does that sound to you like you're doing a... Well, are you thinking that you're doing this with technical skill, or do you think that you're doing this more as a power move? Or are you trying to like really get some lift and hit into him?
Well, I got no power. Everything I do is about technical skill, so it's technical skill.
Okay, that sounds fine. So you're trying to land this and it look good and real.
Yeah, and not actually hurt him because I don't want to see if this ring can take it. So, yeah, that's a 6 with my work. I will spend a momentum to bump it up.
All right, so taking it up to a 7. It hits pretty well. You can retain control and go into your next sequence, or you can give your opponent control and take +1 momentum.
I'm going to pass off control so I can get a momentum.
All right. Monet, are you selling the clothesline?
I'd sell the clothesline. I had my back to him, taunting the crowd at the time. So when I turn around, he smacks me straight in the face, and I go down. And I think there's a little bit of a pop from the crowd itself. I think what happens is Princess jumps up on the ring ropes, and starts shouting, "Daddy, Daddy, get him, get him!" And this attracts Dan's attention. So he turns around to actually look at her and walk over to her. And at that point, Monet pushes himself up, and he very firmly pushes himself up, stands up, throws his hat out of the ring, takes the monocle off, puts it in the pocket.
Into the fighting stance.
And I will tap him on the shoulder. Do you know Marquis of Queensbury style? At that point, I headbutt him.
Oh, love it. By the way, our referee is Murray. We're not sure if that's his first or last name. That's all you know him by. And so as you headbutt, Murray's like, But that sounds like are we doing that as you going into the movie? You got a sequence?
No, I basically I headbutt him to the floor, and I start stomping him on the floor, and basically just...
Is that looking power, or you think it's looking work?
Or look? I think the whole thing I think this is a luck move more than anything else. I think this is me play on the whole. Do you know this upper class style? Well, I don't. Bang!
I love it. All right, let's roll some luck.
I have too many windows open. Okay, that would be a 6. I'll bump it up with 1 to a 7, and I will pass control back to Ryan.
All right, we're doing some back and forth. So you've been getting the boot put into you there, Dan. But how are you going to get out of that? What you go into?
Well, I've been selling it real hard. Like, I try to pick myself up, and I get the boot again. And, oh no, he's stomping upon the everyman. This is so vicious.
Get him, Dan!
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out and kind of like grab his leg and drag him down too, so that I can hop up for a second and then try to like elbow drop him. Ha! Take the elbow of the American man right to your overstuffed upper class face. Not actually face. That would be super dangerous. But...
All right. So you're hopping. Yes, Gary?
No, that's fine. I was going to say something, but I don't want to spoil the sequence.
So you
No,
hop
go
in,
for it.
drop
If
the
you've got a
elbow.
thing, but
No. You do the sequence. I'll follow up afterwards.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to go for, like, cover, wait for the count and everything, super early, like, yeah, I totally got him out of this, and I assume that he kicks out almost immediately, and... oh no, wrestling move names. And gets the drop on Dan, who was thinking that he had this match under control, and oh no, he's getting pummeled again, but he casts himself carefully on the ropes. He's not sure if they're gonna hold if he actually crashes into them, and looks stunned and beaten. And someone from the crowd goes, "Get him, Dan!" They like try to offer him a beer or something, and he kind of shakes it off, like, "No,
Go, Dan, go!"
Yeah, and carefully climbs the ropes, and I'm gonna do a high flying flippy dippy do, launch myself at him to try to kick him.
All
knock him
right.
down.
And at this point, I'm going to interrupt and using
Yes, do it.
And using a power move, I'm going to catch you in the air.
Ooh, spend that momentum to take control. And does that sound like a feat of strength? Is that what it is? Not feat of strength, but
no. I think this is a wrestling. I think this is a wrestling move just done on power more than anything else. This is me catching him and basically holding him. And
all right, let's see how that goes.
Okay, that doesn't go well. That's a 5. Sorry, that's a 6.
Oh.
So I will spend another point of momentum.
Okay, you gonna hang on?
Yeah, I think I will.
Okay.
So I catch you as you come down, and basically it's a case of round the throat, lift it up. See now. Oh, see now what superior genes can do. My strength comes from my ancestors. No normal man could do this. And I'll basically lift him up. And you are a normal man. And I'll basically choke slam him to the mat.
Oh, love it. So choke slamming down poor Danger Dan. All right. I think that still sounds like power.
Yep. Okay, and that's an 8 this time. So I will slam him to the mat. I will take the momentum, pass control back, and I will basically turn my back on him and be exulting in front of the crowd.
Gotcha. Oh, and they're hating you. Oh, we've got a few of the rib bones coming in. I mean, they're pissed. Danger Dan.
Yeah, and Danger Dan is just laid out on the mat. Oh no, it's so tough. People are yelling for him to get up, and he kind of carefully picks himself up and stands behind Mr. Monet, who is still cheering, and goes to try to grab him just as Mr. Monet turns around and knocks him to the ground again, and he is down and kind of carefully tries to pick himself up again, and he is struggling, and people are cheering, and the ref is like, is he gonna make it back up?
1,
Can he?
2.
And he just barely gets himself back up and tries to go for, oh my goodness, what am I describing here?
And remember, we always have there is that little sheet, I think, in our play aids that had some suggestions.
I'm flipping down the moves going, oh no, what was it I doing? Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the dramatic crowd pleaser, just like super kick sort of thing. I am going to want to kick him in the jaw sort of thing.
Oh, yes. Fantastic. Oh.
Because I also don't know boxing rules, but I know boots.
All right. So we've got that probably work boot looking set of boots you've got on and super kicking up. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
Do you think that sounds like work? Super kick is
Yeah.
really a fairly technical thing. It can
tricky
go very wrong.
Yeah, and I'm trying very much to contain it so I don't hurt Mr. Monet. That is a 10 because I'm awesome. Apparently.
You are awesome. All right, you hit it great. Retain control and pick one: 2 momentum or a heat with your opponent.
I'm gonna take a heat.
I don't blame you. Heat's the money in this one. So what's that take you up to in heat?
I've got 3 with Mr. Monet.
Okay, so you still got control. Y'all both have 3 heat. This is when Murray kind of has, you've done that super kick, and I think I'm going to say, if it's okay with you, Monet, you've kind of fallen back to the ropes with it, so you're on the ropes. So Murray's kind of pushing you back a little bit, Dan, to give that second, and he leans into you. About time to wrap her up. About time to wrap her up. So I'm going to give, you've got an action here. Depends on how it rolls. And so you're aware, Garwin, that you may want to give a chance for a back and forth to see if y'all can maybe get one more heat. But after that, we're going to hear what the book it is. And actually, I want to tell you what the book it is now. It's Monet. So,
was that ever in question?
Nice losing. So, Danger Dan, you've got control. You know the ref's gotten out of your way. That super kick landed beautiful. What you doing?
And I kind of give Monet the look like, yeah, go for it, because we have in practice executed Mr. Monet doing a similarly high-flying, awesome maneuver that's going to knock me off ground and make him look super awesome. And it's so great, but it could also go kind of wrong. So I think we're rolling plus heat for it, because it's one we had to practice to make sure it was safe to do in a rickety, awful ring like this.
Okay. I have seen people in a game we played with Lowell using their moves to make others look good, sort of thing. You know, that is, I think that's a perfectly valid thing to do. I think that's kind of a cool use of moves. So,
it's
why don't we have...
I'm gonna sell this as being the hardest and most impressive hit that I ever took.
All right, you're going with heat. So, what do you think? He's opened it up for you, Monet. What do you think the setup that we should get out of Danger Dan to put you in the right position? What does it look like? You're muted, my love.
I'm doing that more and more these days. I think my finisher is a running powerbomb. So I think we're going to have a moment where we're going to do back and forth on the ropes. So you whip me into the ropes. I come over. You jump over. I go into the ropes again. I run back, and you duck down, and I go over. I go back to the ropes, and you jump up in the air, expecting me to go down. And at this point, I catch you.
Okay, so let's hold there. Let's hold there before we go into your move. Because I want first to have Ryan. That sounds like you're doing your sequence. So let's have you roll. Sounds to me like it's either look or work. What do you think?
I'm going to say work, because my look is atrocious. I don't have a look.
All right. Roll that work to put yourself in the right position.
Well, that's a 6. I'm going to spend another momentum to make it go off.
Okay. So would you like to give your opponent control there and take the momentum?
Yeah, I'll give him control, because it's time for him to punch me right through the mat.
Exactly. Okay, so take that. You didn't really spend that momentum, so it goes to you, Garwin. Now, momentum, it's yours. Action is yours.
Okay, so I catch Danger Dan. Catch him as he's jumping up, and spear him to the ground. I start laying in blows on him. You've had the barbecue, but I am told. Sorry, I'm doing the wrong accent. Oh, you've had the barbecue, but I'm told by these peasants, these peons, that you can't have barbecue without a beer. And I'll throw some more money out. And hold out my hand for someone to throw me a beer.
Someone will definitely toss up a can of PBR to you.
So I'll break it. I'll sniff it. Ugh. How do you people live? And then I'll smash the beer over Dan's head.
All right.
Using my heal move again.
All right.
To gain another heat.
Okay. You gain your heat. And I think we're going into the finish. Normally, you would be handing over control. But I think it's probably going for the finish here.
Okay. So
you muted yourself.
And her mother as well. Oh, sorry. Did that come out? Okay. So here we go.
I think because I can put you over, right? I can grab the mic.
You certainly can. I didn't pull an announcer down, but you certainly can.
Should we see? I'm going to do it. So Big Tex actually at this point runs over to where the announcer. That's right. There is no mic. So I'm just going to run in, but not run into the actual match and just be like, yeah, Mr. Monet, you tell him that this barbecue is trash.
All right. So we've got a put over ahead of you. That's some security for you there. What did you roll?
Okay. I rolled a 6. I will spend momentum to bump that up to a 7.
And being put over takes you up to the 10.
Yes. So I will gain an audience.
Fantastic.
I believe Dan also gets to make a move at this point.
Yes, I have to roll my finishing move, which
That's
is how
right.
cool do I lose? And that's another 6. My goodness. But I've got momentum to spend.
All right. How much do you spend, and what do you take it up to?
I take it up to a 7, and it says that I do okay. I gain 1 momentum or 1 heat, and I'm going to take that heat because that bumps me to 4.
There you go. All right. And the crowd is going nuts. They're throwing those rib bones. They're screaming. You can hear them. Oh, you upper class bastard. They're screaming over there. Go back to Texas, you foreigner. To Big Texas. I mean, they are throwing a fit. And I think you both hit 4 on heat, didn't you? That's another. That's an audience you both pick up, plus an audience that you got out of that, Mr. Monet, and taking us up. And that puts you to what? 3 audience there, Gerwin?
Checking I'm not muted. Yes, that puts me to 3 audience.
Very nice. All right. Good job. And as the people are screaming, y'all managed to head out of the ring. Princess is looking around with disdain, but kind of keeping that look out of like, surely none of these guys are going to come running up here and beat my dad up or anything. But yeah, Gary?
I was going to say, when we're back, when we're actually back behind wherever the changing area is or where we go, I ask her to go back to the RV and stay there. Things are going to get worse as the night goes on.
Dad,
I don't want you around a bunch of drunk men. This place is going to get very rough before the end of the night. I've seen these crowds before.
Hey, Mr. Monet, if you want me to, I can escort Princess out to the RV. I'll make sure she gets there safe. It's fine. My match isn't for like another 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, could you? Thank you.
Yeah.
You're a good girl. Thank you.
Dad! And as she's going off with you, Candy, she's like, I can't believe he's doing this. I mean, we're going on the road on all kinds of places like this. Is he going to stick me in the RV every time?
He just wants to make sure you're safe. He's your dad. He loves you. He cares for you. So you should, if you've got a dad who loves you like that, you should appreciate it, because not everyone's dad loves them in the same way that your dad loves you. Yeah.
Oh, that is super sweet. I think I'm gonna have you roll one of our on the road moves to create kind of this friendship. That's off of look, more than likely, or real. Which would you prefer to roll to kind of build this little friendship up?
This is definitely real. This isn't, this is not a show or put on. I'm really
well. It would also be would also be your charisma, kind of the friendliness of you as well.
Yeah, no, I'm going with real on this.
All right, roll us up.
Yeah. Hey, so I rolled a 9.
Oh, that's very good. So with a 9 on our road, it's getting through the. Oops, nope, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry. Shucks, I should have had this sitting up here. I just wasn't anticipating one right this moment. Oh, where did it go?
Is it deal with it? Is
yes.
That you're looking for? Yeah, 7 to 9. Creative offers a tough choice, a hard bargain, or an unwanted complication to get what you want.
Ooh, I like it. So she says, well, I'm just not going to be happy going place to place and doing nothing but go to the ring, go back to the RV. Maybe when this is over, can we, like me and you, go somewhere and have a little fun?
I hope you're not talking about going out drinking, because I'm not sure if your dad would be happy with that.
No, not exactly, but hell, I have to think that there's like an arcade or a putt-putt around here or something. Something has got to be in this little town.
Yeah, sure. Look, I my match will be done. It'll be over really quick. It's my first match, and hey, yeah, I need to go out and celebrate. It's my first match, so sure, I'll take you out.
Awesome. See, and Dad likes you, so maybe he won't be so worried. So,
by the way, Princess, that violin playing, your fingering was excellent. Like, seriously, I've not seen a good a player as you for a long time. You're really talented.
She kind of blushes a little. Thanks. Well, I need more training, but
no, I could help you. I was grade 9 classical piano.
We absolutely should play together some.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Cool. I think we'll cut off of that as she gets into the RV and and you see her pulling out her phone to start watching something. I love that. That was really sweet. Inside the ring, we've got Sex Bomb out there, and she does indeed. These people remember her. That she was a name, so they're loving it with her. Yes, Erwin?
I just need to go do a bio break. I'll be back in 2 moments.
Well, let's do that. We'll do one real quick. Let's do 5 minutes real quick, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
How's things been going with you, Paul?
Yeah, going really well. I went for a long weekend trip to Berlin last weekend.
Oh, how nice.
So yeah, that was really cool. Went out to loads of techno clubs. Just basically, yeah, for 3 nights in a row, went out to like little techno clubs. It was quite a heavy weekend, but yeah.
You should have dropped a line to Garrett. You know, he's back home in Berlin now.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, should have done. Yeah, I'm not too sure if he's into techno clubbing, but who knows?
Oh, I think he very much was, and maybe still is.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I've never been to Berlin, but I hear their club scene is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, I went to this club called Berghain on the final night. That's quite legendary. It was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. It was insane.
I've the only place in Germany I really went for any length of time was I went to Dresden for a day when I was visiting Amsterdam. All right. Nice. We got folks heading back in, and I'll just go ahead and Garrett, I'm sure will be back with us in just a second. But we have Sex Bomb and Tommy Blaze out there, and Sex Bomb is putting on a show. These folks are happy to see her. Tommy, who is a rookie, is, y'all peeking through the curtain watching from back in the back. He's not doing fantastic. And she's definitely having to carry him. But, she's walking him through it. Y'all can see the professionalism. She's whispering in that ear when they clinch up, keeping him moving along and taking a lot of time for herself to pump the crowd. She has a sexy strut she does around the edge of the ring, which she calls to the fans. They love it. But she's got this match well in hand right up until when Tommy is supposed to get a little rally and come off the top rope to deliver a little drop kick, missile drop kick from the top rope. But he does not judge well. And she actually has to move in closer to catch that kick. Otherwise, he was just going to flat out miss her. And in doing so, she takes him a little off balance, and he comes down hard on the back of his neck, top shoulders. And she ends up, kind of selling it enough that she, sells the drop kick. But everybody can kind of see he's moving. It isn't like he's out, but you could see he's hurt. She gets over there to him and puts him into a submission where she does does a probably a figure 4 for her. She puts him on into the submission and gets them out of that match. And Behemoth comes heading out and probably yells for you, Tex, to come and help him pull Tommy out of the ring.
I run over immediately, throwing my hat aside, and get underneath him, under his back, to support him. And don't move your head, kid. Don't move your head.
I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay, Tex. And as y'all haul him on back, Miguel has already made it to the ring to start cover, and he's up there, and he's giving this crowd the business. Holding that belt, talking about that he's the best thing that's ever been around. Now, he's cultural hero, but he has that move where he could switch face heel. And he's playing up a lot of that. Honestly, he's playing up the anti-Hispanic card here. Playing with this crowd of, I could come in here, I could beat you. The lucha style is better than anything out here. You're all a bunch of know-nothing, a bunch of bruisers. I could beat any of you, sort of thing, and riling up the crowd in that fashion. As y'all get Tommy back to the back, and all of you are there. as Behemoth's gotten him down there, and he's like checking it. He's got feeling out his legs, but and Tommy's, I'm gonna be fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. But I'm gonna say probably you there, Proctor. I mean, you have a degree in medicine.
Yeah, I think she is over there, and she's like, finally, Behemoth's checking him out. It's like, give me room. Give me room. And like, finally taps on the shoulder, give me room. She gets down and begins like checking his neck, touching several things like, does this hurt? Does this hurt? Gets to the point like, this is what's hurting. Okay. And she sighs, and it's like, I have some things in my supplies. They'll help with this. It's not going to be rigid like antibiotics or anything like that. You will not need to take them every day.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to you have a major strain, and you're lucky that nothing is broken. We may have a fracture. I cannot tell with x-rays. But I'm going to give you some painkillers and some muscle relaxers. Do not take this with alcohol ever. And trust me, I'll come down on you just as hard as the pain and the stupidity will come down on you.
Okay. I was going to have us think about a role that had to do with you doing the medical aspect, but I think I like more you convincing him that this, to handle this responsibly. I think that's look. Why don't you give me a look roll?
That is a 10.
Excellent. You can choose to gain a momentum here, or you can ask a leading question about the situation to me.
Ooh, a leading question. Will my chemistry... Will my supplies be in danger now that I've let it be known that I have medicine on?
That is certainly the sort of thing that's going to, these guys, when they start taking some hard bumps, are going to know that there's a pharmacy right here traveling with us. So, yeah, I think excellent leading question, which I think is the intent of this. And it sounds like, am I correct? Something we can flag for drama as we're going along.
Like basically, like, if this becomes a problem, or if there are people with a problem, because I know we're going to have a wasted next week, will they? And of course, it's not like I'm dealing with very delicate chemicals that don't need to be screwed up with.
Right. Excellent. I love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you. So, Miguel's gotten up there. He's gotten the crowd back, certainly angry with him and riled up again as he leaves, and the strains. He has one of the nice Latin death ballads that's his music that he plays, but it's done kind of a heavy metal style, so it's got the electric guitar, but it's definitely one of those mournful death ballads that they have in a lot of Latin music, which is one of my favorite forms of Latin music, honestly. And as he heads out, the ring announcer, Randy, is calling out, all right. Can't believe we see that. Disrespecting the audience like that. Oh, I tell you, you folks know what to do. And they're booing. It's like, but now we've got a match coming for you. You're going to see brains versus brawn. Brains versus athleticism. Tonight we have, and I think we're going to call in first you, Proctor. Proctor Sparks! What's that entrance look like?
Okay, it starts off with the Prodigy's Fire Starter, of course. And the music is echoing around, and she comes out with a handful of Monet dollars, just lights them on fire, flings them into the air, and I think she's worked with Monet, the marketing-wise, to have like different colors of paper, so it actually flies up. And I don't think many people, just the right people in Alabama, will catch that it's the Pride colors. Other people just see very fancy fire, and she's just like throwing handfuls of flames. And she gets to the start, and she pulls out the cigarette and a butane or acetylene torch, and lights a cigarette, and walks into the ring and keeps the torch lit. Throws the cigarette away because she's not a real smoker. And it's like, I've been hearing that they've been saying that this barbecue's bullshit, that this barbecue's weak, that this barbecue's not worth the pig it's poisoned on. I'm here to show you that this barbecue is straight from heaven with a little bit of hell. And she'll pull out the barbecue bottle, which is a prop, chug some kerosene, and then spit fire from the at the torch.
Oh, holy cow! Now the audience, they're all about that. Why don't does that work in the audience?
I believe that is working the audience.
Okay.
Can I interject some real life stuff here?
Sure.
I don't know if anyone knows this, but the singer from the Prodigy, Keith Flint, was actually found dead this morning.
Yeah, I just
no.
that.
Oh, yeah, he was found dead in his home this morning.
Oh no! Well, I got an 11.
Oh, that's sad. Excellent roll. Wow. Oh, all right. Work in the audience got an 11. They are super cheering for you. 2 momentum to you there, as they, they're riled up. First off, they love the fire. In this crowd, it's probably less than the 1 in 10 it could be in other crowds, but a few of them kind of catch the color. You see, kind of looking together. They're cheering for you, but this crowd's popping. You get your 2 momentum as you walk around the ring. You've got your torch. Whew.
And Candy will probably have some like special like oil on her to make sure that the flames are not going to sort of fire retardant oils, just in case she wants to come out extra shiny.
Okay, so you've got ahead and preset for what could be our big to do.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, the announcer with the cheer says, "All right now, welcome to the ring. It's Candy Sparks." What do we see as that entrance?
I think like right behind the curtain, like as just before a name's being called, she's like sending a text message like to her mum, being just about to start my first match, really excited, kiss, 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 and she sort of sends it, puts the phone away, and then her name gets called, and she just kind of sprints like down like through the curtain, like dives like into the ring. Yeah, she sort of like jumps up onto the turnbuckle, just starts like sort of booing the crowd, like, "Oh God, look at you! Oh, you bunch of rednecks! Oh my God, what?" And she sort of turns to the announce table and like, "What? You want me to wrestle in front of these like rednecks? Oh my God, I'm better than this."
Oh, I love it. That work in the audience or cheap heat?
Oh, getting my cheap heat there, definitely.
There you go. All right, and they. You're hitting that heel perfect as they're, "Oh, boo, get her, Sparks," sort of things. And did you have music when you came in, or was it just the sprint down?
Oh no, just like they didn't even get a chance to play my music. No, just ran kind of straight in.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think with you giving the crowd the business, I think Sparks is going to start in control. So lead us off, Sparks. Says ding ding.
Yeah, I think they're showing off, and Proctor gets close, like keeps having the torch on, and she's sort of like moving Candy back and back until she gets into a turnbuckle, and Sparks smiles and turns around, like throws the torch down. The crowd's sort of confused. Then she does the Dorothy heel click. Her shoes catch fire. She turns, spins in the air, drop kicks Candy hard into the turnbuckle. And I think that count as look, perhaps. You're muted, Tyler.
See, I do it too. That sure as hell sounds like look to me. Wow.
I got a 9. I'll push it up to a 10
Excellent.
and take a +1 heat with Candy.
Excellent. And you continue to have control. Candy, how do you react to being hit with the flaming shoes?
Oh, I mean, I think, yeah, I sell it, sort of go back, and like the kind of oil thing that I'm kind of coated in. You can see like my spandex kind of like singlet I'm wearing, it kind of like catches a bit, and I'm like, whoa, shit, and like putting that out really quickly.
And I think, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna like, because I'm like, shit, I'm like on fire in my first match, and I roll like outside under the ropes, like to the outside, like so I'm like stagger around like outside by the crowd.
Ooh, excellent. So, and I think if you don't mind, Monet, I think Behemoth comes up to you and says, hey, go down there and join Randy. Yeah, talk it up.
You sure? You really want me out there? This is her first match.
Well, that's why we need somebody out there that if we got a cover, you've got a good voice, you can do this. They hate you.
Someone get me my hat. Jacket on, hat on. I can't do a promo or anything like that because
you're just on the announcer booth.
No, I'm just saying mechanically, I cannot actually cut a promo while Princess is not with me.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm just giving a heads up in case anything comes up with regards to that.
Gotcha. But yeah, we're putting you on announcer.
Okay. So I will head down there and I'll come down. I'll take off my hat, put the monocle in, and put on the headphones.
Yeah, they have them even though they're really not connected.
Yeah, they're literally just there for the show. Oh, so how does this all work?
And Brandy's like, oh, we're being joined here by Mr. Bonet. Oh, my goodness. Here with this match going on, you're going to see real talent, Mr. Bonet. And, yeah.
I think, go ahead if you have something. Monet.
No. Go on. This is your match. You get preference.
I think this is like Candy's outside getting everything going and like looking around trying to figure things out. Proctor Sparks comes over and leans on the rope, looks at Monet. I'm not surprised he doesn't know what to do. I mean, with all that refined English breeding, or should I say, inbreeding, I'm not sure he knows what day it is. And I'm going for cheap heats.
Oh, I like that. You haven't done your cheap heat yet, so certainly the crowd, they erupt because they hate Monet. He's a #1 heel at the moment. So yeah, they're woo. You get that pop, and you still have control. So what are you doing?
Yeah, and if Candy's fine with me setting this up, I think Candy has been like getting on this table to like try and like leap over the the ropes gracefully, and Proctor Sparks turns from the ropes, which are at just, of course, the far end of the match, starts running, does his acrobatic leap and suicide dives, smashing Candy through the table. Ooh. And I want to try and work hardcore since that is a stipulation.
That's true. All right, working hardcore, which you're good at.
Which is my reel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang. I am glad I worked cheap heat. I will...
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 4.
Ooh.
I will spend 3 heat, or 3 momentum to bring that to a 7.
All right. So, with a 7, you can... someone in the match gets injured. You gain 2 momentum or 1 heat with your opponent.
Can I put him over at that point?
You could if you'd like, yes.
Yes. Oh, sorry, put her over. I'm sorry, I'm getting pronouns confused.
Mixing people with character.
Yeah, yep. Not that I've ever caused that to happen with anyone else at all.
Right.
He asks what day it is. The Mon in Monday actually stands for Monet. He's used to busting tables, or should that be bussing tables?
Nice. All right. That takes you up to a 10. Sparks, What are you taking there? You gain an audience and retain control of the max. There we go. And pick one.
So I will gain 2 momentum from this, and Proctor Sparks like grabs Candy by the shoulders. You're doing so great. Oh, you keep this up. We just got to keep the ring from catching fire. And she pushes Candy towards the ring and like walks up, just like reaching into her lab coat and pulls out a flashbang to sort of like just make Candy pretend she's been blinded. And Proctor Sparks like drags her into the ring and just is doing that thing where she's like showing off this young, wonderful girl, like pulling her hair, shoving her around, then throws her into the middle of the ring and will, I think, like run in and try and just do a general clothesline.
I'm just going to say, when the flashbang goes off, Monet freezes. He ices up.
Just worried about,
from the war. Oh, crap.
Ooh, neat. Okay. And the crowd, I think behind you, you're getting where those snappers that were handed out before the match. So we're getting the rat-a-tat of those snappers as well in the noise.
Yeah, so I think with the clothesline, I'm probably rolling work. Or
I think so. You've set up with look as well if you wanted to do that, but I could certainly say work.
I've rolled with look a lot already. I think this is work. So that is a 6. I will spend 1 of my momentum to pull it to a 7. And at this point, I will just keep the momentum and pass it over to Candy.
All right, Candy. You've been put through a table, caught on fire, flashbanged in the face, all in the first couple of minutes here. But it's time for you to shine. What you doing? You're muted, my dearest.
Candy just like staggers like around the ring, and again she like looks back at like Proctor and like she's like looks at the crowd. She's like no, like this, and just climbs like out of the ropes again and just starts walking like towards the backstage. It's like this is too much. You people, like you've got no class. You just want to see people die here in this ring. Well, I'm not taking this at all. No, I'm done with this. I'm done.
They're booing you. Ooh, they're booing.
Yeah, and they're booing me, and I'm like, I stop at the curtain, twitch the curtain, and then reach behind and like pull out this bag. Okay, it's like a Whole Foods bag. And I turn back around to the crowd, kind of like, you want to see an Alabama barbecue death match? Is that what you're here to see? Huh? Well, I don't go in for none of this barbecue shit because I'm a vegan. So I call this match an Alabama tofu death match.
Oh my God.
And I run back into the ring with this like Whole Foods bag, and I tip it all out like onto the canvas, and it's all this like like cubes of tofu that have got like thumbtacks through them.
Ooh, Lord. Oh, that's lovely. And the minute you said you were a vegan, these people went nuts. Oh, they're booing that. Oh, don't eat no meat. Something's wrong. They're a communist. All right. So you laid them out there. You're in control.
Yeah. So I think that was
were you working the audience?
Does that mean working the audience? Yeah.
It certainly could be.
Yeah, cool. So I'll roll that. So the audience starts at 0 as the young one.
Oof. Well, you are just starting out.
Yeah, I'm just starting out. Oh wow, I rolled a 12. I rolled boxcars.
Oh, boxcars.
They love it.
This is going to be a legendary moment. We will we'll deal with legendary moment when we get to the end of the match, but this is going to be on the highlight reel. But with your 12 on a work the audience, they're getting on your side, which in this case means that they're you're getting the heal heat. But you also get to gain 2 momentum.
Cool. So I think like I sort of grab Proctor and start sort of laying in some strikes, softening her up a bit. And then this is a spot that we've kind of worked on together. I'm going to sort of grab her in a headlock, run to the ropes, like jump up on the rope and like spin around with her and basically drive her head into the tofu thumbtacks on the floor.
Oh my God, this sounds awesome.
You working hardcore?
I think I'm working heat with you here.
Think y'all done this? You worked this out together?
Yeah, this is the big spot that we had that I had planned for this match.
They say that tofu is tasteless and bland, but I suspect this one is particularly sharp and tangy.
Very good.
All
right.
So my heat is 3.
Ooh, that's good.
That's cool. Ooh. That's a 5. I say equals 8.
Very nice.
So I can spend momentum, can't I, to push it up?
You certainly can.
Okay, so I'll spend 2 of my momentum, put me down to 2, to put it up.
All right. So takes you up to where you can gain 2 momentum or gain a heat.
I'm going to gain a heat.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I think the crowd are going to go sort of crazy for this. Do you want to, Proctor? Do you want to like narrate how it looks like when you kind of get up with all this like tofu and thumbtacks like in your face?
Yeah, I think I know exactly what move I'm going for next, I believe, but Proctor gets up and she like wipes the tofu off her face, and like there's this smear of white, but as her hand goes on, I think she has some kind of chemical that turns red with liquid, so it looks like there's much more blood than there is from the thumbtacks, and she just has like half of her face covered in blood, and just throws down her hand, just knocks it off. And are you keeping control, Candy?
I am, yeah. I'm still keeping control there.
Yeah, so I think like what this starts up, she lunges for you, and this is like that, putting her hands on your shoulders. You have your hands on her shoulders, or back and forth until you take control.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna take it to the outside. I'm gonna like sort of drag you, sort of throw you over the top ropes, stop like beating you up like in the crowd, and then kind of like clothesline you over the guardrail, like into the crowd.
Ooh, nice. You think you're going here for something like? Is this a wrestling move, or are you working hardcore, or?
This is the wrestling move. It's quite a technical move to like.
Okay,
sort of
I think this is work then.
Yeah. Ooh. My work is 0. Oh my god, that's snake eyes.
Oh, all right. As you, because you pulled Proctor Sparks outside, and you're, there's the potential for the injury move. Yeah, we'll come to. Yeah, let's resolve the move first. That's a good point.
Okay.
So with the wrestling move on a botch, you give a momentum to your opponent. They're immediately going to take control of the match. They have no. If you have no momentum, they still gain it. So that's occurred. And I think that this guardrail is really where they have kind of put up. They have like a wooden thing that wraps this little ring they put up for the tough men. So it's kind of like almost sawhorses. And since you volunteered, I think as this goes, as you're trying to lift her and put her over, I think she hangs up on one of these guardrails, and it splits. And I'm going to give to you there, Sparks. How does this injure you? How does this thing catch you?
The guardrail, she's thrown on her back, and like it hurts at first, and she has a lot of protective wear on just in case. So like it hurts, but it's like oh, this is gonna bruise. Then it breaks and she falls, and it's the fact that it's a jagged piece of wood on concrete that just slams into her back again, and she's just thinking, oh crap, I'm gonna need some of those muscle relaxers.
Nice. All right, market injury, Bob.
And when I get injured, I get +1 heat with the person who injured me.
Wonderful. What's that take you up to?
4.
Nice. You were going to say something, Announcer Booth?
Well, no, I was going to say that's why I didn't put it over, because I know the hardcore buck.
Yeah. Wonderful.
I bet she wished she had medical now. I would hate to see her. What are they called? Copays? Oh, the idea that you just don't pay it out of pocket changes. Remarkable.
Randy's like, this is a serious potential injury. Oh, the crowd's booing at you there.
Yes, it's a serious potential injury, but ever so funny.
All right.
Yeah.
Candy, you're in control, and you saw this bump go bad. Oh no, you switched. Oh, you lost control.
I switched, but I think yeah, we're both like lying in a heap, like on the floor, like with the guardrail kind of broken on top of us, and I just like completely like break character and like into like Proctor's ear. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, are you hurt? I really didn't. Oh my god, oh what do we do? What do we do?
We fight through the pain, and Proctor grabs her head and like, pushes her off. Stands up, doing the slow Terminator hero crawl, and just points to her like, you seem to be wanting to get me out of the ring. It seems that you don't even know what true wrestling's about. I'll give you this one chance. Get in there and I'll take it easy on you. And she reaches into her coat and like pulls out like some more flashbangs. Or we can make it more hot out here, and she'll just begin throwing like explosive little pops.
All right. Do you think you're working the audience, or are you?
I'm trying to push her back into the ring, and then
okay.
I'm just saying, Candy, will you like get in the ring?
Gotcha. Okay. Sounds like you're working look.
Okay. That is a 5.
Ooh.
And I will. Yeah,
You'll keep it.
I'll just give one momentum over and give control over.
And this, you could tell maybe this audience is kind of caught on that they saw the almost break of kayfabe there, where Candy was really worried, and they've seen you kind of got hurt, and so they're a little, there's kind of a murmur going on as Candy, you've been pushed back towards the ring, and you can see the audience might be turning a little on you. What you doing?
Yeah, I think I realize that this is not going well here. I've made like a huge mistake, and like Candy, her mind like goes like complete blank, and she, oh my god, she just thinks back to like back in the dojo, like what did Danger Dan tell me? What did Danger Dan tell me? Just meant she goes, just go back to the basics. Go back to the basics. Yeah, and she just goes back, and she whispers in Proctor's ear, right? Let's go back to the basics. Let's just finish the show. Let's take it home now. Come on, let's do it. Yeah, and I'm gonna sort of whip her like back into the ring. Beat her up a bit and try to do like a suplex, like the most basic. It's the first move that I was taught by Danger Dan, the basic suplex. I'm just going to go for that in the middle of the ring, which is a power move, I believe.
I believe so. That sounds like a power move to me.
Yeah, my power is -1, so we'll see how that goes. So I rolled a 2.
All right. Was that with a negative? It wasn't Snake Eyes again, was it?
I rolled 3 and -1.
Okay.
So
Oh me. Well, you're going to get you're giving a momentum. You're going to give control back, but I think you overcompensated to try and save. You knew that Spark's back was hurt, so I think you tried to support too heavy, and you land on your shoulder badly, and you can feel something pop. I think I want to give you an injury.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the shoulder it dislocates like straight away.
What is your injury move?
I don't know. Do I have an injury move?
You should. Everyone should.
Oh, okay.
I can pop it up real quick.
Oh, here we go. Injury. When you get injured, check an injury box. Check an injury box and add +1 to your gain experience. If your opponent uses your injury against you in a match, they automatically win regardless of the booking.
Wow, but you get to mark an XP box. Well, that's nice. Oh, wow. Well, good for you. Okay. So Sparks, you heard, this kind of pop. You know Candy's kind of hurt. You're kind of hurt as Murray leans over and says, "For God's sakes, get us out of this thing. Get us out of this thing." And that's when you find out, Sparks, you're booked to win.
Okay. So Sparks rolls from the bad suplex and picks Candy up carefully this time, using her hair because it's more friendly of a handle than using her shoulders, and flings her to the other side of the ring, and she has this look on her face like, just trust me. And I think they've practiced the finisher because Proctor's finisher is a Frankensteiner called the Chemical Reaction.
Ooh, nice.
And Proctor is going to push it and do a single acrobatic flip, land with her legs on she's going to try to not land on Candy because of the shoulder, but just take her down and then do a this time showing off with a bridge to keep her completely pinned, so she knows she can't really push up with the shoulder. She'll pin the ankles with one of those I think they're Indian bridges or
yeah. Excellent. All right, what's that sound like to you there? You thinking this is power, or you think
I'm thinking I'm just finishing it?
Oh, that's right. We're rolling a finisher. Go right ahead.
That is an 8. I will spend 2 momentum to bring it to a 10.
Fantastic. Woohoo! What does your finisher move say?
Let me. I don't think I put it in the sheet, so I have to look at my on a choose. You win clean. That's looking at the wrong. I get to choose whether I or Candy gain audience, and I'm going to be selfish this time. I'm going to gain the audience.
All right. I think even though we've had a little bit of there's been some problems in this match, that's a nice high-flying move. And I think it hits so well that there's a kind of, oh, and as you go into the arch there, they were pulling for you. So you get that roar, yeah, go Sparks, sort of yell as, Murray finishes the count and kind of leans down to the two of you. Can you both get out of the ring? You okay?
Yeah. I think she's gonna tell Murray to get Candy out first, but because I have Heat 4, so I'm gonna go up to Audience 4, and I want to grandstand a bit to earn this. That she'll run around, she'll walk around the ring doing the fire breathing trick just to sort of show off, yeah, good one, knowledge, brains over brawn, over brawn.
And at that point, I actually hit her with my heel move with my umbrella. After she's won the match.
Excellent. So you're going to come lay her out?
Yep.
Oh.
I'm gonna climb into the ring. I'm going to go and lift up Candy. And I'm going to lean over to her and say, "You okay?"
Yeah, my shoulder, I've dislocated my shoulder. I can feel it.
Which shoulder?
This one.
Okay.
Don't worry about me. It's Proctor
No,
right. I
no.
really fucked her up on that guardrail.
She'll be fine. She's a pro. Play along. So I'm gonna turn to the crowd. You know what you? Sorry, I'm doing the wrong accent again. You know what you saw here tonight? Do you know what you saw? You saw future greatness. You saw a scion of a noble family. Not my own, but I'm not the only one of true blood. We have many great families in this nation of ours. Not that you would know. I don't think you've ever seen greatness. Greatness is not something you earn. It doesn't come through hard work. It doesn't come through sticking in there. You are born with greatness. I'm going to step away from Candy. I'm going to hand her my umbrella and point to Proctor on the ground. I know you want to. And that's me as the actual announcer putting over her, allow me to put over her gain experience roll if she doesn't get a 10. So do you want to actually, do you want to make your roll for gain experience?
Yeah, sure. I will do. So at the finish of the match, regardless of the result, roll 2d6. So I've actually got +1 to that from getting injured.
Ooh. So, first off, I suppose, how does it look for you? Are you going to take this temptation? You're going to wail away on Proctor? Or do you spurn this? Because either way, we could, comes out fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the umbrella, and I'll nod slowly to Mr. Money. I'm like, yeah, and I sort of open the umbrella and close it a few times, test its weight, and then I raise it up to put the beat down on Proctor, and then at the last moment I spin around and smack Money around the face with it.
Oh, the turnabout. Oh, and so as you roll your move.
So I rolled a 6, so +1, that's a 7.
And I believe
I'm putting you over as well. So
excellent.
Takes you to the 10.
Yeah.
What does it do?
So on a 10, I've learned something valuable in this match. Describe what I learned and gain +1 heat with your opponent.
What did you learn? What did you get out of this match?
I've learned that even when shit goes wrong and unexpected things happen, which they always will in the ring, you've just always got to keep up the pretense. Always just, finish the show. That's the most important thing.
Excellent. I am realizing that I somehow completely have misjudged our time. I was sitting here thinking it was 4:30, and it is not. Greg, I am so unbelievably sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know how I completely have lost track of time like this because we are now past our time. I was going, okay, I need to wrap this and we are here past our time. So a huge I'm sorry. I was just so overwhelmed with y'all.
I need to be better about doing the run-in move in Worldwide Wrestling. Because, it's okay.
Now, I have you in all of our games, right?
Yes. Yeah. Pending
so I promise you're going to get more, but I would like to at least have you roll to have some potential to go on here for this tug of war match.
Okay, so to frame that real quick, I imagine we have this whole collapsed sort of corner of the stage. And Miguel has sort of come in and cleared things out. And I come in and I grab one of the turnbuckles and rip it off. And the wrestling rope is actually one of the ropes from the ring. And I'm slapping it down on the mat and going, "Come on, you Alabamans, you no good rednecks. You got to wrestle me with this rope. I'll take any challenger. I'll take any group of challengers you've got."
Oh, and they're working that. Oh, they're screaming at you. And we have coming up, we've got guys that look, you got one guy who's pretty big, but is actually like one of the old guys at the bar. So he's like in his late 50s, early 60s. So while he's big and bulky, not much strength, well picked out sort of guy. Another one's a local loudmouth, but he's scrawny, he's up there yelling. And then along with them, we've got Bob, Behemoth's cousin, who is a big guy, and he's taking like the middle there, and he looks impressive. So the crowd's going nuts. I think if it's okay with you, I'm going to have you roll a, let's see, let me think of what the best thing for you to get here. Yeah. So why don't we have you roll a feat of strength on this. And I will give you a bit of an option here when we hit what you get. So rolling with power.
That's a 12.
This will be a mythic moment. And I because of our time, I'll talk about our 2 mythic moments when we start next time. I think both of you who are with mythic moments are here next time. So, all right. This is amazing. Even without Bob's help, you're able to yank these guys. What does it look like as you yank them across the line? What do you say? What do you do?
I play with them a little bit, and I kind of wiggle the rope around, and I make them lose their footing a couple times, but I play it up a little bit that they're actually getting me close to the line, and then I reach out my hand, and if let's see, who would be the closest friend I've got? Oh, Mr. Monet throws me my hat, and I grab it, throw it on, and go, "Oh, that's right, yeehaw!" And I pull them all across the line as they all fall down into the mud, and
love it.
Start putting my hands up in the air.
They're screaming and howling at you. And I think what I'll let you do there is take a heat with Mr. Monet as a reward there. And I'm going to let you also take a heat with any other wrestler on the roster as you give us something you say to call them out. Some sort of nasty or positive thing to them.
At the end of it, I walk off and I walk past Danger Dan and just go, "That's how you do it, Dale. That's how you sell it."
And you can take a heat with Danger Dan. All right, gang. I apologize. I was having so much fun. This 3 hours just flew by. Y'all have created amazing characters. This has been so much fun. I hope y'all all enjoyed it. So anybody who got to for audience, I don't know if anybody did that. You did? Oh,
well,
way to go.
No, I don't do audience. Basically, if I have a match with someone that I've got 4 heat with, I get an advancement.
Right.
Nothing to say.
So
I
those
get
of
an
you
advancement there for the next
right,
one, yeah.
We'll get advancements off of that. Because I was thinking you hit something that talked about an experience point in there. That's what that is.
A move called Gain Experience.
Yeah.
That's what gives it that.
Gives you bonuses for that move.
Yeah, so I got bonus.
And
on
since
that
we
move,
both took an advance, don't forget we can clear an injury, which, yay!
That is true, which both of you can take advantage of. We have the advanced chart on there. You can see it. I'll go over mythic moves when we start next time, but it was pretty impressive to see those. And once again, thank you all for playing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
I'm going to stop the broadcast. Oh, folks at home, If this is the first time watching me, watch more.